show here. Get rid of this echo. Checoli Becco. All right. Then we're coming back to the podcast. It's been weeks since I've been in the building. I've had some good people holding down the show. We're going to take this off. Get this bad mamma jamma running. People are hearing me blahzy blahzing. We're going to get rid of this music. Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back to the podcast. It's been a while. I went on a little siesta vacation with Jess. We hit up the Midwest. I don't know what you call that. We went south. But it wasn't, the weather was still nicer here. It was bullshit. Pardon my language, starting to show off with some bullshit talk. But listen, I went to Arizona, Las Vegas, and back to Arizona, and it was nicer here in Minnesota. All right, I'm done bitching. Welcome back to the Attitude for Gratitude podcast, held down here at 2520 North 2nd Street. Will Work for Recovery. It's where I get my recovery at. It's where you can come get your recovery at. You hear us talk about it every week. First, I want to thank the boys and girls who stood up and filled in this chair for the last 2 weeks. Jake, Paris, and Maddie. I really appreciate them, and I appreciate you viewers sticking with the show and listening in and sending in the questions and comments. As we say every week, like, this is a interactive show. So if you got questions, or if there's something I breeze over, or whatever the case is, put them in them comments, or you see my number scrolling across the bottom. You can reach out to me directly. It doesn't have to be public. If you're out there struggling tonight, please reach out. I put up Intergroup's number. I put up the suicide hotline, and you got my number on there. You don't have to be alone. You don't have to struggle alone. You're going to hear tons of different people talk about their recovery tonight. It's here for the taking, and you're worthy of it. So if someone hasn't told you today, let me be the first to be like, I love you. You're loved. You're worth the fight, man. Come get some of this new life. Come get some of this new dope. Every day of the week, we got meetings here, and they're open meetings, everyone. None of them are structured except for the 6:30 a.m. meeting here at Will Work for Recovery. It's an Alcoholics Anonymous meeting. Sunday, they do a Bible study back here in the podcast room. There's a, I believe it is not battered women, but there's a women's support meeting here on Wednesdays, as well as a men's meeting and a women's meeting here on Wednesdays. And other than that, every day of the week, we have meetings at 1 p.m. and at 7 p.m. So come down here and check it out. You're going to hear us talk about places like 2218. You're going to hear us talk about places like Serenity Village and Blaine, Allano, New Hope, Allano. We get our recovery all around the metro, and we talk about a recovery. So if you got a spot you want to talk about, feel free to talk about it in the comments. Come on down here, be on the show. Make this your show. This doesn't belong to any one person. This is the Recovery Community Show. It's good to be back, and we're going to get into it. Besides that, American Pie Pizza. Not really our sponsor, but I will say whatever I need to say to have that man keep bringing us pizza. Will with American Pie Pizza. He brings in some fire pizza. It's at 65th and Nicollet. Like I said, he's not our sponsor, but he's a guy in recovery. It's a family. His family's pizza joint, and their food is fire. They come in every week. Here he comes right now with the kill. This is some of the firest pizza you'll ever have. You guys feel free to go grab a slice while I'm done talking, matter of fact. So we're going to get into it. I'm going to unmute you guys, and let's bring it in. Get your headphone on, John Boy. And get off your phone. Thought you're done with social media.
I was looking for this on YouTube. I couldn't find it.
I know. It's just terrible how well I've got this set up. I got rid of my engineer, my
why
producer.
would you want to hide such a beautiful
I didn't
thing?
hide it. Honestly, I will send you a link, but you should be able to find this on it. Just look up Attitude for Gratitude Live.
I did.
You know what? I call bullshit.
Attitude for Gratitude Live podcast.
Yeah, and it didn't pop, huh?
No.
Hey, you want to do me a favor and grab me a slice or two of the garbage pizza? You're the best. All right, well, instead of sitting here on air and finding it, if anyone knows how to find my podcast or how to find this show, go ahead and post it up there. I have it somewhere in my phone, but you can always share this show or find it at Will Work for Recovery's Facebook page. Like I said before, this is the other thing, is we're going to incorporate a show once a month with Xavier. He is a lawyer who's offering some free lawyer advice or what have you. And he will be in here once a month answering legal questions. So it's kind of Damn, undercooked that. I can't talk shit about free pizza now, can I? Come on down here, check out the place. We'll talk more about what's upcoming stuff, and that's one of the things. We're gonna have Dangerous Men coming in. It's a support group and legal advice. I'm not sure of the extent. We haven't sat down and talked about it, but Carolyn brought it to my attention that he wanted to offer his services. And that's going to be part of the podcast moving forward is one night a month. We're going to have someone in here offering legal advice. So people interact with whatever legal questions they have or come down in person and talk. And they'll either be able to answer it or give you advice on it. Ooh, look at this. This will be the busiest the show gets is pizza time. Who are you, young man? Get uncomfortably on that mic.
Yeah, I'll eat the mic. My name's Jeff Rogers. Nice to meet you, man.
Jeff, welcome to the show.
It was my first time here today, and they gave me a little soldier because everybody's out there fighting their own independent battle, and it's nice to just be part of to know that you're not alone. And one of the first things that you notice as a Green Army man is there,
So
you're
here's
not
my
alone in
question
that
to
level
you.
of brotherhood.
How'd you hear about this place?
This gentleman right over here, Eric Olson, brought
Come
me
on,
in
Eric.
today.
Sit down. John lost his spot already.
I got sober.
No, you're good. You hold tight. You're up next.
I stopped drinking January 18th of 2021, and I started a sober disc golf league and put it out on Facebook. And I ended up meeting Eric through that program. We've been pretty fast friends over the last year and change. So, yeah,
So what did he tell you about this place? How did he talk to you about? How did he word it? Like, what did he tell you about Will Work for Recovery?
He told me he needed a meeting. I had called him earlier to see if he wanted to go shoot some pool. That's one of our winter, can't really go outside and throw a disc around. It's too fucking cold out there. Can you swear on that? I don't know.
You just did.
Yeah, I suppose I just did. And he told me, he's like, well, I wanted to go to a meeting, get some interesting news, just want to go process and be around other alcoholics who kind of get the vibe when we're going through shit. We kind of all go to those little places, think around corners, create situations and problems that aren't even really there.
Right.
And, sometimes you just don't want to be alone. And I didn't go to a meeting this week. I normally go to Fridley Alano, but I was in the tattoo chair at my normal meeting time. So I was like, shit, I'll come get you. Let's go to a meeting. And he told me this place is pretty cool. It's like a Doolittle's or somebody threw up an episode of American Pickers on the walls around here.
Shenanigans.
It's pretty cool.
Some shenanigans.
Shenanigans, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So I came down and checked out the meeting, and I was the very first number called. It's a really interesting.
So you got to share.
I did get to share.
What was that like? Because first tell us about the meeting size. How are you feeling, and what'd you share?
The meeting size, there's got to be 100 people in there right now.
100%.
All ages, races, creeds, backgrounds. And you see, guys that have been in the program for 20 years to people that are probably just coming in, kicking the habit today. It was a really interesting environment. It looks like a really soft place to land, in all honesty, coming in off the street or coming in from, whatever tunnel or hole you dug yourself out there using. Because that's kind of how I always felt them.
Right.
Your bottom is when you stop digging.
Tell them.
So yeah, but the place is cool. I've been going to the Fridley Alano for a little better than 2 years, and it's very traditional. It's a cool place. It's open to from 9 a.m. until 9 a.m. most nights. You can just kind of go hang out, play cards or whatever. They got meetings going on, whatever. But that's where I hadn't been to an alternative structure like this. It's very cool.
So that's one of the main things I love is when someone's never been here, I get them on the show. I'm like, how'd you hear about the place? What'd they tell you? And then how was your experience? Like, did it meet what they said? Was it way more? Like, you see what I'm asking? Because we have a ton of people that listen to this show that have never been down here. So I like to try to paint this picture. But I like how you said American Picker. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I'm asking?
Yeah, it looks like a.
I guess the way I would put it was man cave, but if there was a unisex term for that.
No,
that's
man
kinda how-
cave's good.
Yeah, that's kind of how it looks, though. You have all the cool memorabilia on the walls, stuff to look at.
And the
so-
deeper I got into the building, the cooler it got. I love to chat and podcast. I've done it, extensively in years past. So that piqued my interest. And as I ventured back, there's foosball table. There's kids playing ping pong.
We have a gym. We have a workout room. I don't know if you saw that. When you come in, there's a sheet hanging there, but we have a full-size gym. Yeah, ping pong table, foosball tables. Go ahead.
You
Come
know,
on.
the thing I like the most about it is there's enough stuff to make sure your phone stays in your pocket.
Yeah, that's true.
Dude, I'm sick of, the cell phone is it's an addiction as well, man. And I sit there and stroll through it when you should be, focusing on people and what you're doing, living in the now.
So, how'd you hear about? What's your name? Who are you?
My name's Eric.
Eric. How'd you hear about Will Work?
Well, I got into recovery again right around 2 years ago. So I moved back to Minneapolis 2 years ago, started going to outpatient treatment, and somebody mentioned this place. I'm like, well, I live, 2 miles away. I got to check it out. And yeah, instantly it was great. All the memorabilia and stuff on the wall. So you're not sitting there just staring at your phone. You can look around. Everybody's really friendly, immediately walking in the door. So, there's really nothing to worry about except being in your own head, not getting out and giving it a shot. And yeah, I just like it how there's no judgment. It's a meeting for everybody. Like I didn't even come here because I was craving, or it had nothing to do with substances. I've been sober for almost 2 years, but today I came just because I was just depressed. I was sad. I've been dealing with a lot of stuff in my life between not being able to see my kids enough, and I don't know.
Well, tell us how that. All right, so you came.
Yeah.
You came because you're depressed,
right?
What was your expectation? Why would you come here if you're depressed?
Because it just helps talking to people, I mean, you sit at home and you just get inside your own head. Unless you're bouncing your thoughts or ideas off somebody and they can, straighten your thoughts out, for the lack of a better term. I mean, it just gets rough in the winter. A lot of people get depressed, They say January, February gets, you're lonely for the holidays, this and that, and it's just a lot of depressing things. So the reason I came here is because there's a lot of like-minded people here. Everybody's friendly. Everybody has one agenda, trying to improve themselves.
How'd you hear about this place? How did you hear about it?
How did I hear about
Yes.
it? Friend of mine while I was in treatment. Just a guy in the group. He just mentioned it, and he's like, "Yeah, I go there once a week," and I'm like, "All right, cool." So I just popped in.
Young man, who are you? Get on that mic uncomfortably.
Kevin.
What's that? Louder.
Kevin.
Kevin.
Yes.
How's it going, young man? How'd you hear about Will Work for Recovery?
Well, you.
Get on that mic. Uncomfortably get on that mic and tell us that again. Who?
Well, you actually.
What do you mean?
Heard you speaking. You got to talking about the podcast and Wheelworks. It's one of the best meetings in the city.
I did kind of gas this place up, didn't I?
Yes, you did.
So I don't know if I gave a good explanation of it, but what was your thoughts when you walked in these doors? Hang on one second.
All right.
Yep. What was your thoughts when you walked in these doors? No, you'll be up in a minute. Talk to us. What was that first thought when you walked through them doors and you walked in here? What was your thoughts?
Is it a club or a meeting? Which one?
What was your thoughts?
Hey, I love it. I'm here. I love it.
So
I've been sober 37 days, man.
yeah, we celebrate recovery here. Did you get to speak tonight? Did they call your number?
No.
Would you have spoke if they did?
No.
So you were a little nervous.
Yes.
You got people here?
No.
So you know anybody?
I got my guy right here who I brought with me. He never been.
Okay, you in sober living now?
Just got out of treatment.
All right, so you're in that midst of figuring out where to go next?
Yeah, sober home.
Sober living. Okay. So you graduated out of Lodging Plus. What was your biggest fears getting back out in the real world? What was your fears? What were you worried about?
Of doing the right thing, man. My biggest fear
Was
doing-
Bob your counselor?
Yes.
All right, yes. Bob Bauer. We're dropping whole first and last names. Bob Bauer. So doing the next right thing. What do you do about that? Seriously, what's that look like for you? You got a list of phone numbers? What do you do?
Man, what I've been doing is just going to meetings. It was crazy that he brought up Freely Alano. I was just there last night.
What'd you think?
I switched it up and came to Wheelworks.
What are you doing
For sure.
outside of meetings?
So you've been
to work on your recovery.
I'm getting this sober network. I cut everybody off, and I got a whole new sober network of people that I'm surrounding myself with.
What does that look like? What does your sober network look like to you? What does it do for you?
Honestly, I don't know. I'm building it right now. That's why I'm sitting here.
Do you got a sponsor?
Yeah.
All right, you working the steps and stuff.
He's trying to take me through it. I don't know. I might have to fire my sponsor, man. Yeah.
Let me ask you a question.
Don't go far.
This is a good question for anybody that's doing recovery. What do you think you want to look for in a sponsor? What what about somebody attract? Because it's a very personal relationship. I have a sponsor. I waited for about 60 days or so going to meetings when I first started getting into sobriety, and I looked around the club and I wanted to find somebody, because it's not money. I do well. I don't want for anything.
Right.
So I wanted to find somebody that other people looked up to, people that, whenever I get into any new situation, I look for people that are successful in that industry, culture, sport, whatever, and I try to emulate what they're doing and make it my own. I try to learn through osmosis. So what I'm asking you is, what do you look for? What's something that in your life that you want that you might be able to find somebody that can help you get there?
Basically,
Why is your mic? Yeah, try to get it closer. Can you guys hear him when he's
You
speaking?
have a great voice.
Yeah, that's what
you
I'm
sound like
saying.
T.I.
Yeah, there you
basically
go.
somebody who's serious, man. My sponsor who I got
There we
now, I watched them speak for a couple times before I actually talked to him.
Sure.
And I was really looking for someone that seemed like they'll have time to work the steps with me. So once I asked him, do we sponsor? He told me he only had one person, and I felt like, oh, okay, that was the right thing to do. He got time to focus on me, but I mean, I'm just starting in it, man. So
For sure.
I'm just trying to see where it takes me.
Absolutely.
So my guy, Kevin, two things. One is, will you come back to Will Work for Recovery for another meeting?
Of course.
And then what are you grateful for in your recovery today? What are you grateful for in life? Things that you're grateful for.
To be honest, just starting off, man, the way I'm looking at life now, and like I said, I just came from Large and Plus. It didn't change everything. I didn't cut off old friends, anything that'll stop my recovery. So I'm just moving forward.
I'm proud of you, man. Keep coming back. Grab your guy. You're up
All right.
next. Thank you for coming on the show, and I'm expecting you to come back. You said you would.
Coming back.
All right. Jeff,
Yeah, sure.
you said that you were in the kind of this industry. You kind of know about this stuff. What kind of advice do you give to someone who's in recovery? There's that whole thing about a lot of people saying, "Well, I'm going to become a counselor or an LADC," or they're going to get in that field. What do you say to someone in recovery who's like, "I'm going to get into the podcast industry or the entertainment world"? What's your advice for them?
Well, anybody trying to develop any new habit or skill, it's got to be persistence. There's a reason why treatment programs, why weight loss programs, why gyms haul you in there for 6 to 8 weeks. It's because it takes that long to develop a habit, good or bad. So my advice to anybody trying to pursue any goal is to do it every single day for at least 8 weeks. And the reason why I say that is because once you get to that point of falling into a routine, something that you've established, especially people coming out of treatment programs, is to develop a ritual and do it for 8 weeks, because then you're going to do it on the days that you don't want to. You're going to do, and on the days that you go in and you do that, put that work in, be it chatting, podcasting, giving back. I think it's great that people want to throw themselves into the recovery world, being a counselor, being a substance abuse service person. I think it's great. It's important to give back, but I don't think that everybody that got sober needs to throw their whole life into that as well. Because I mean, we have other skills,
And I get that. Listen, the way that this show used to be, I'd have 3 guests, and
Yeah.
we would sit and talk for 2 hours. We can get into some great substantive conversations, and we're going to be switching things around now. It's the new year, where maybe 2 Fridays a month we go back to having 2 to 3 guests, and that goes for an hour and a half. And then 2 of the nights we'll be doing something like this, and one of the night have the lawyers on. So
That
don't
sounds
get
awesome.
offended when I'm like, all right, tell me about your gratitude, and then you're off. But that's what it is. I try to do 5 to 10 minutes a person.
Sure.
I appreciate what you've shared. Like I asked him, like, would you be willing to come back on the show?
Yeah, I'd come back and do it again.
All right, like, don't make me twist your arm.
No,
I'm
I'll do it
joking.
again.
Talk to
I'm
me
sure
about
we-
your gratitude. Like,
I'm thankful for everything that I have. I'm thankful for the 9 days that I went out in September, and I have 90 days again because I
wait a sec. Yeah, we celebrate. All right. Yep.
I went right back in 9 days and almost threw my entire life away.
It didn't take long. You went right back to it.
Yeah, I'm grateful that I was able to salvage my family. I'm grateful that I have a support system that's in place. The checks and balances that I've enlisted in my life to keep me sober work here. They didn't in Mexico. but they work here.
Right. I get
and,
it. I get it. Yep.
And I'm grateful that not even the first thing that Eric said is like, hey, I want to go to a meeting. I was like, I don't want to go to a meeting. And I ended up here and I'm doing this. So it's amazing that this recovery community continues to be self-sustaining and self-supporting. And I'm going to walk out of these doors feeling fulfilled and lifted up when I thought I was just going to go shoot pool with a buddy. So
And
this
that's
has
what's
been a
up.
fantastic experience.
That's recovery shit. Jeff, I appreciate you, bro. I'm really looking forward to you coming back on. Maybe be one of my full guests for the hour.
Sure, I'd love to.
All right. Thank you, brother.
Take it easy.
You hopping back on, or you guys out here? This is my ride. All right. Andrew, get up here. Come on. All right. Who are you, young man?
I'm Robert.
Robert, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
No. Come on. How'd you hear about We'll Work for Recovery?
Just a lot of talking about it, man. I mean, I'm pretty new to the whole meeting thing, the whole meeting scene, all that stuff, AA, everything like that. So I also, what was his name, Jeff? Jeff, yeah. I also go to that Fridley Alano. I go to their happy hour meeting once a week at least.
What about you? You got
I'm
a
sorry.
sponsor?
I'm listening to you. I got my headphones on.
yeah,
I
yeah.
love these things.
So,
Yep, come on.
I just kind of digging into this thing. Been into it for about 4 months now. So
4 months?
Yeah.
Continuous?
Yeah.
You celebrate. Okay. You celebrate clean time. So what do you tell someone who's out there struggling? Who's like, hey, man, I think I just want to go spin a bowl up, or
Man.
I'm trying to hit the liquor store, whatever.
Yeah.
What do you tell them?
What do I tell them? Man,
got 4 months.
Honestly, the thing is, for me, I'm still figuring it out for myself.
Right.
So these 4 months, I've really just kind of been sitting back, paying attention, listening, chewing up the meat, spitting out the bones,
Right.
getting what applies, what I can apply to my life.
Right.
You know, so right now I'm just trying to build. You know, I've been pretty selfish with it,
Yeah.
but I'm at the point now. You know, this is my first time here, also at Will Work again. Just because-
Stop. What was your thoughts when you walked in these doors?
When I walked in the doors, I definitely liked the vibe. I liked the environment. You know, it's completely different than what I'm used to when you walk into an AA room. It's just a bunch of chairs in
Right.
a circle. Definitely wasn't the same vibe, you know. I like the diversity here. There's a huge, the diversity is a beautiful thing for me. I definitely, that's something I appreciate.
Felt welcome.
Yeah, thank you. Yep.
Did you get to speak tonight? They
No,
didn't call your number?
No. I just walked in the door. Like I said,
Were you here at the beginning?
I was here at like 6:30.
Oh,
Me and my guy took like 2 buses and walked through the blizzard together.
Hey,
so it was,
we would have done the same for a bag of dope.
right?
I would have. I'd have done some shit. What I'd have
Yeah.
done for some dope.
I've been through some stuff to get to the liquor store.
I mean, and a lot of people bring that up too. Like, well, yeah, sure, it's cold, but what would you have done to get to the trap house? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And sometimes it has to be dumbed down like that for a guy like me. It just does. Because I want to boohoo this or boohoo that. Like, it's tough here or there, but if you put it into perspective for me, it makes sense. So what does the future look like for you right now? Like, what's the plans? What's your goals? You got any goals? Like, what's up?
Right now, man, like I said, right now I'm just taking it one day at a time. You know, ultimately, I just want to be the best version of myself. I had some clean time in the past. I had a couple of years where I built a lot. You know, I built a family, and it was a beautiful thing. And I've added to that, but I also kind of, once I started drinking again, it was just completely self-destructive. And, you know, I got little ones and stuff that, you know, they love me. I love them, and I want to be the best version of myself for them. You know, I don't want them to know that part of me. You know, so
No, that's
a huge,
powerful.
it's a huge motivation for me. You know, and sometimes it feels kind of faulty even saying that because of the fact that I'm in this position now. You
Right.
know, like how did I even get to this point? You know, like so.
And it's easy to dwell on that, but
Yeah.
also it's one of those deals. Like I think Paul told me, is like you're here now.
Yeah.
What are you gonna get out of dwelling on the reason? Like fuck it, move forward.
Yeah.
It's not gonna benefit you. Go ahead.
He makes a good point though that you got to do it for you.
Absolutely.
You got to do it for you, because if you're just doing it for your little ones, you're leaving yourself a reservation. You're leaving yourself that exit plan.
Yeah.
Because at some point they're going to grow up and they're going to go away. You know, they're going to start living their own life. If that's the only reason and the only reason I say this is because I did that.
Yeah.
And I was in recovery before as well. I did the same thing. I made the reservation of, oh, you know, I'm just doing this for my family. If blah blah blah. Well, I came home one day and my family was gone.
Yeah.
You know, and that was I no longer had a reason to do it. I had to figure out how to do it. I had to do it for myself.
Absolutely.
No, and that's great advice. And here's the thing: is whatever gets you here. I've after doing this show and interviewing, we figured out over 200 people now. For a long time, I would tell people like, no, you have to be doing this for you.
Yeah.
100%.
All right, listen, I get it. For me, that's the story. I've met now tons of people who came in here for the law because of their parents, because of their kids, because of a loved one, but they caught a message and realized over time, like, well, shit, it's me. I got to do whatever can get you here. The way I see it is like, if you're in these seats, whatever the reason, let's deal with telling you why it needs to be this reason over time. But if you're here, fuck, I'm just glad you're here. The only thing you'll ever hear me challenge anyone with is like, I challenge you to try to live a different way. That's it. I don't tell you what to do. I'm not saying you got to do it my way, but just do it a different way.
Even just like planting a seed, you know what I mean? That's kind of what it's doing, right?
Who are you, dude? That voice sounded weird.
Who is this guy? I don't know. Who is this?
Get real
who's this
close.
guy?
What's your
All
name?
right, what's up? George.
George. Welcome to the show, George.
Yeah, thank you.
Have you ever been? I've been great. Good. I've been
been
good.
good?
We know each other.
We do know each other.
How did you hear about Will Work for Recovery?
From where I'm staying right now, I'm currently staying at Salvation Army. So doing the rehab, all the rehab.
You
thing
got
there.
curfew?
Yeah, I do at 11.
All right,
11 o'clock.
Okay, so they moved it. I have a lot of guys who I found out in the early days, like, Tim, you got to get them on sooner because of curfew. Just got to let me know.
Yeah.
Name of this place is Will Work for Recovery. No different with anything. You just got to speak up.
Yep.
So your story doesn't go like this. I set down the booze and I've been clean ever since. Or does it?
You know,
You got some relapses in there.
yeah, I relapsed.
What do you
once.
tell someone who's out here on their second, their fifth, or 20th time? What do you talk when someone's like, I don't know, dude, I'm just ain't getting it. What do you say to someone?
Well, yeah, I would just say, like, dude, just don't give up. Get back on that wagon. I know it can be, like, seems like it's embarrassing or, like, you're ashamed or whatever, dude, but, like, seriously, for real, all people do is, like, we're all people, dude, and bottom line is we all love each other, dude. I love my brothers here, you know, in the fellowship, and, you know, and we all care about each other, you know what I mean? So it's, like, you know, you're not alone. Everyone's done it, dude. I've fallen off the horse many times, man, and, like, you know.
Well, and George, here's something that I need people out there, like, in listening land to listen to this piece real close.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I saw you out of the blue tonight. I haven't talked to you.
Yeah, crazy.
Okay, so you've had some relapses. You just mentioned, like, there's some shame and some guilt and some fear of walking back in this room. Has anyone shit on you about coming back? Has anyone been like, you loser? What was it like when you spoke up? Like, was there support? Tell us about it.
Dude, nothing but support, actually, to be honest. You know what I mean? Like, nothing but love. So, I mean, like, I'm just really grateful to have these rooms and to have places like this, you know what I mean? To be able to go to, because, you know, it's not cool out there, man. It's not fun.
What, so the dope's not better and they're still not telling on you, or what?
Yeah, dude, I know, right? Yeah, for real, bro.
What's Paul say? They're telling on you for free and the dope still ain't any better.
Yeah, it's getting worse, dude. Just worse. Just nothing about it, bro. Nothing is fun anymore. You know, it gets old, and it's like, you know, it's fun at first and all, you know, and like you're making money, quick money and all that. But hey, whatever comes fast usually isn't good, and whatever is like good doesn't come very fast or easy. You know what I mean? Is what I learned.
There's
you
a
know?
way of wording that.
Properly, yeah.
Whatever comes fast ain't. Wait, whatever comes fast ain't
whatever
good,
comes
and whatever.
easy ain't good.
Yeah, come on.
And
Whatever
whatever's
takes
good.
work is worth it.
Yeah,
Something
something
like
like
that.
that.
You got to
That's like-
bounce.
Yeah, we got to bounce.
Hey, real quick. What are you
Yeah.
grateful for? Tell us about your gratitude, real
Man,
quick.
grateful, man. I'm grateful for another day. I'm grateful for second chances. I mean, I'm grateful to be here. I mean, just the environment.
Will you come
I'm
back on the
grateful
show?
for- Absolutely.
All right,
I'll
I'm
be
gonna
back. We'll
I'm
be
holding
back.
both you do it.
Yeah, yeah.
Especially my guy.
Yeah.
Come
No,
on.
this is my new.
proud of you,
this is my
bro.
new partner.
Proud
So
of you.
we'll be back. We'll
Good.
definitely
I'm
be back.
proud of you
So,
guys. Thanks for being here.
Absolutely.
Grab my guy right there with the black hat. Tell him he's on next. So George.
Yeah,
George
what's up,
is in
bro?
the house.
Tim, what's going on, bro?
George
Dude,
is like
I'm-
family. I've known George since we were wee lads, like
Yeah.
diaper wee lads.
long time.
Yeah, real long, over 20, 30 years. There he is. Man, you ain't gonna be doing no live FaceTiming?
Yeah.
There he goes. Here he goes. He's famous from the southern states.
Oh yeah, we're famous, huh? Yeah,
he's
it's my
famous.
guy.
HBO famous.
HBO.
I don't know. I'll make that shit up. So, all right, John,
What?
what do you suggest to people about sponsoring and sponsees and all that? Like people that get in the program, what do you suggest to them about mentorship?
As far as sponsoring or getting a sponsor?
Anything.
100% get a sponsor. Like I've heard these guys coming. This is kind of what I'm working on right now is to keep the willingness that these new guys have. You know, I've been in recovery for a couple of years now, and I'm hitting that point of complacency. You know what I mean? And I did the meetings, I did the fellowship, just all the hanging out and doing all this fun stuff for a couple of years, but I was still miserable in the head. You
Okay.
know, I
Yep.
didn't start getting. I won't say right in the head because I'm far from right in the head. But I got better once I sat down with the sponsor and started getting into the literature and doing the work. That's where the healing happens. You know what I mean?
Amen.
That's
Yeah,
where
it does.
all the healing happens.
Really does.
They talk about that pink cloud or whatever the hell you want to call it, you know, but you're new in recovery. You're like, oh, this is great. I'm sober. I kind of got a clear mind going on. But that shit that we were running from is still there, you know, until you start getting into it and working through that stuff. Things will get better, but it's never going to get great.
That's life, right? Up and downs.
100%.
Yep.
And I like that though, John. Like, I know the guy who you're working with, and like I've had him on the show numbers of times because I respect what he has to say and the way he words things makes sense to me. What my suggestion is, you come to these rooms, you hear people share, you hear them talk, find someone that makes sense. You can tell when someone's doing it.
I like what that other guy said that was sitting here. You know, he's like, I might have to fire my sponsor because we're not getting. Feel free. Go ahead.
Yeah, there's so
Fire
many.
your sponsor.
There's so many out
I
there.
always tell people sponsors are like drug dealers. If you got one you don't like, find a new one.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly.
You know,
That
if
easy.
they're not
There's no
giving
rules.
there's not.
There's no
if you're not
rules.
getting what you need from that person, get a different one.
I think right now I have two.
Yeah.
Not
And that's
possibly
all good.
three, you know,
And it's
it's
all
like-
good.
You know,
And it's just because, you know, people are busy, you know, and like maybe your one guy's not answering right now. So what do? Call up your other. You know what I mean? It's like same with the
Bro,
dope
here's
dealer.
the best piece of advice someone gave to me was, who's going to worry more about your recovery? And I thought about it. The answer should be a no-brainer. Myself. Me.
should be you.
Me. It's not my sponsor. It's not the courts. The courts deal with my recovery because it's their job to. I get in trouble. Their job's to come up with a solution. My parents who love me, they want to see me do X, Y, or Z. But it goes all the way down the line. But I got to worry about me. I'm the one who's out looking for me. And that's why, like, I hear what you were saying. And for a long time, I tell people, like, he ain't going to get it. He ain't doing it for him. I don't know why I got caught always saying that to people, but I see it that way. It's like whatever you can, whatever gets you in these doors, hopefully you hear that message. Hopefully you catch a message.
Yeah.
And then realize.
One of my favorite things about recovery is watching the new guy come in and seeing that light turn on.
Yeah.
You see, you can see the difference in the way they walk, the way they talk. You
Yep.
can see it in their eyes.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
You can see that they get it. You know, the spiritual awakening, we'll call it. You know, and it's an amazing thing. And then to see people in turn that light on in others, it doesn't get any better than that.
It's a blessing, you know, and it's like it's what I feel like what keeps it kind of going, you know. That's why sponsorship's so important, you know, sponsoring people and you know getting a sponsor and sponsoring people and you know doing the whole thing because yeah, kind of like I know like after a while, after some years, I had 5 years sober.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, not that like a few years back, you know, and like. You know, and it's like that. If you don't stay involved, that fire kind of.
I was gonna say,
fire
what
can dwindle.
happened? How did it end up happening? For like, we don't have that type of time where I'd love to have you back on and we talk about things, but
Yeah.
let me just kind of recap something. Did you slowly figure in your mind like, I got this? I don't need to do recovery the way I was doing in the early days.
Yeah.
I mean,
kinda-
not even consciously. It just
It
happened
just
that way.
happened. Yeah, you know, just I started
You
working
got
too much.
complacent.
You know, complacent. Yep, exactly.
word
What it is.
we're all looking
Bored
for.
and complacent. You know, and like I had a lot on my plate. I was stressed out. I had a new baby. We had a brand new car, new apartment. You know, my own place. Working 50, 60 hours a week. You know,
Life showed up.
life showed up. Yeah, exactly.
And it's easy, bro. You owe no one an explanation except for yourself. But I can be here telling anyone, like, it happens. Like, we still, And I hate it, but it's the truth. Recovery still has to come first.
It does. It
Bro,
really does.
where's my pamphlet? God damn it. Where's my pamphlet? It's
Am I on it?
listen,
What do you got?
right
What do you
here.
got? What is it?
It says right here on the bottom, if your recovery doesn't come first, everything we love comes last. Like that's the motto of this place.
That's my 100%. I should get the text in my forehead probably.
But listen, people out there in the world, I guarantee it, because I can still argue with myself, like, yeah, but Paul will say it too. The world, you gotta have money. You have to have money.
Yeah.
It sucks, but it's a fact. This world runs on money. Okay, but you got to figure out how to make that money, but your recovery still has to come first.
Yeah, there's a balance. It's a
You
balance.
got kids,
you know?
but your recovery still has to come first.
Yeah.
You can't be a dad if your recovery doesn't come first.
Oh, where's my wallet? I should show you my kid.
I've seen. Come
Have
on,
you seen my
bro.
kid? Have you seen my kid lately? I gotta show
Yes.
you, man.
I don't know
Oh.
about lately, but man, I've been poaching your little Facebook when you had your kid.
Yeah. I gotta do.
But
yeah.
yes, and I'm proud of you, man. I'm
Thank you.
happy to see you in here, bro.
Thank you. I got
Like-
67 days or something like that.
All right, so check it out, bro. I want you to tell us about your Is there anything you want to add before we get into gratitude and I boot you?
Dude, I'm sorry. No, I'm just grateful that you're here, bro, and the crazy scene you're here, dude. It's like, you know what I mean? It's cool, man. I love you, and I love what you're doing here. It's a beautiful thing, and I can't
Now
wait
tell
to
me
be
about
here.
your gratitude.
My gratitude.
Attitude or gratitude is the name of the
Attitude,
podcast.
gratitude.
What's your gratitude look like?
My gratitude look like? Dude, every day I wake up just grateful, bro. I'm grateful to be alive, grateful to have all the people in my life. I'm grateful for my kids, grateful for God. You know what I mean? Grateful for my breath in life, bro. You know what I'm saying? Hey, well, thank you. You can come back? Yeah, hell yeah.
All right, I'm gonna hold you to it, man. I know that.
Sure, yeah.
Hey,
Hey, I'll be back, bro.
SA is just right down the
Yeah,
road.
hey,
There's
are you
no
coming to
excuse.
Wednesday, or you come on Wednesday
I come on
too?
Wednesday. We have a men's meeting at 5 o'clock.
Okay.
Every Wednesday. I usually don't. I'll be here during the big meeting, but
Yeah.
5 o'clock Wednesdays, you can find me here.
Okay. All right.
Come back and get my number.
All right,
And
yeah,
we link up.
yeah.
I can swoop you on the way every day, whatever.
Oh yeah. All right, for
All
sure,
right,
bro.
go find one of these knuckleheads. Grab her in that chair.
All right.
Who are you, young man?
I am Luis, brother. You know me.
I know you, but the audience doesn't know you. You done, John?
Yeah.
All right, well then hang on.
Yes, sir.
I need to know about your gratitude, John.
The gift of presence.
What do you mean?
I get to be present for this. I get to be present for my kids. I get to be present for my family. I get to be present for all the things that I used to despise when I was using.
I like that. I love you, John.
I love you, brother.
Can I count on you to come back?
You know it.
All right, Johnny, I love you. Okay, young man. Who are you again?
I am Luis, brother.
Re-
The Mexican guy that you know, that you already know.
Slow it down. What's your name again? Slowly. What is it?
It's Luis.
Louise.
Yes, sir.
Louise. It's Louise. Okay, Louise, welcome back to the show. What was your name again?
Hi, I'm Felix.
Felix, welcome back to the show.
Thank you.
And who are you?
I am Dale.
I'm getting you out of the way
Yeah.
quick. Dale, what just happened in your recovery?
Oh man, I just hit my second big number tonight. Last night, actually, I hit 2 years.
Good. 2 years. How does that look like for you? What do you mean, 2 years? 2 years of what?
Of being sober.
Yeah?
Off of everything. Everything.
2 years of being sober off of everything.
You know that?
How'd you do that? How'd you do it?
Honestly,
Yes.
My-
no lies.
my honest opinion to that is, I did that with a song. One song that I heard in my life that has really changed my life, and I preach that song to everybody. I dare people to listen to this song one time at least in your life, and it's called I Won't Move by Life Church. Just listen to it, listen to the words. And that's the song I heard when I was locked up in solitary, and that's what made me start this journey.
Okay. And?
All of you guys. Without everybody in these rooms, I would not be sober today. 2 weeks ago, I came into the room, pissed off, didn't care. There was people in there that cared enough to make sure I was okay, to make sure my day went better. And I'm not going to lie, man, coming up on 2 years was a lot of pressure. You know, everything seemed to blow up for no reason. It's that write everything down that bothers you and see if it's a hassle in a month, because none of that stuff that bothered me was worthwhile worrying
All these
about.
things that were tipping the scale, pissing you off, that were just bullshit.
Bullshit.
How are they today?
Fabulous. I'm loving life today. You know, you gotta love life. I'm actually stopping by, saying hi. Love my buddy Tim. Can't help it. It looks everybody here. I love you guys all.
I reached out to you.
I know you did, and I'm so excited to be here tonight just to stop by and say hi. I've been hitting up different meetings constantly. I found a couple new meetings. If you're really bored,
Talk
later,
about them, bro. Come on.
So
we share our recovery.
So
here.
after this, I'm headed to the Midway Club. Midway Club has a meeting at 10:30 that's looking for some support. It's over in St. Paul. It's a great place to go to. Nice little meeting, candlelight at night. You gotta love that kind of stuff. I mean, to me, that's what I love about it. I love when they talk about the steps. I love when they get into the book, because 2 years ago, you couldn't have got me to talk about any of that stuff.
Yes.
Any of it. And this week, I was getting ready to go through my step work with my sponsor, Sam Blaze, who I love that guy to death. I would do anything for him.
All
He's
right,
helped me
yeah.
out so much.
Come on.
I literally had to throw away half my answers to the NA step guy because I have finally looked deep enough into myself to realize what I was missing from all them answers when you start looking into addiction and what's addiction to me. Because addiction is not just drugs, alcohol. It's everything else out there. It's sex,
Yes,
it's women,
yes.
it's money,
Yes.
it's possessions. I mean, I actually started giving away my shoe collection,
There you go.
which is a huge deal because I have a huge shoe collection. So if you're looking for a pair of size 9,
I will talk after the show about
hit
that.
me up.
Dale, tell me about your gratitude, and then you're off.
What am I grateful for today? I am grateful for everybody here. I'm grateful for Tim. I'm grateful for this podcast. I love you guys. I'm headed to the Midway Club. You guys have a great night.
Grab that girl in the white jacket.
She's heading with me to the Midway Club. And you know what? We're going to sneak her on real quick. Alizé,
come here, young lady.
come here
Come
real
here.
quick. Because she is the one that I was just at the meeting with, and I'll let her tell you about the native
All
meet
right,
that we were at.
perfect.
Dale, glad you're here again.
All right, you guys have a great night. We're going to let Alizé
Luis.
jump on quick.
Sir. Team, I'm sorry. The last time that I called you sir, you told me not to call you
Oh,
sir.
you can call me whatever you
Okay.
want, bro. I was giving you shit. I was just giving you guff.
All right.
Young lady, who are you?
I'm Alizé.
Get on that mic. Alizé. Were you on the show when I was gone?
Yeah, I did it last
I saw you. I see you. I was watching you from like 9 states away.
9 states away.
I was in, I don't know, like Arizona or one of them spots. So Dale was telling me that you put him on a meeting. You put, or what's he talking about? Some new meeting. Come on, tell me about your recovery and your meeting he's talking about.
The meeting he's talking about is Red Road Recovery. It's a meeting that I just got. It's a meeting that I just started doing like 2 weeks ago. I've been trying to get it out there a little bit more, but it's an AA meeting.
Okay. Midway Club?
No, it's at 2218.
Okay, what time?
5:30 to 7:30.
And what night of the week?
Friday.
Friday. Friday at 5:30 at 2218 First Avenue South. It's an Alano Club. World's longest running, continuously running Alano Club in the world. But yeah, no, they got hot meetings over there. So you guys need support down there? You need more people showing up?
Support is support. We can take all the support we need. We have a lot of support, good support right now, but the more the better.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. What do you tell someone who's out there struggling?
Never give up. Keep fighting. It's going to be a tough road in the beginning, but it'll all be worth it in the end.
There you go. Tell us about your gratitude, and then I'm booting you already.
I am grateful that I'm here sober, living another day sober, and just being able to live life happy.
Oh, yeah. I appreciate you hopping on. I know you guys got somewhere to go, and I'm leaving up to you. Find someone to replace you. You can't leave until you get that seat filled. Luis.
Yes, Tim.
I keep bouncing back to you, and then I don't let
It's
you
great.
talk. How is your recovery looking today? How are things going?
I'm still understanding things.
Figuring it out?
Yeah, figuring out. I mean, I already understand that being sober is not everything. I mean, it's super important.
Right. Yeah.
But I have to recover also in other aspects of my life.
Yeah, you still have to live life.
Yeah, like, I mean, I have to get a job again. I have to find my hobbies again. I have to practice my hobbies again.
Bro, I love your accent.
Thank
I
you.
had to do this again.
Again,
I love
yeah.
it.
Thank you, bro.
I had to do this again.
Of course. And I have to enjoy myself by first time. Not
Yeah.
again, because I was not even knowing myself.
Right.
And I have to understand another struggles and realize that I was having another struggles that I didn't even know. Like some codependencies, you know.
Are these things you figure, and this is a question for all of you, real quick, young man, what's your name?
I'm Rob.
Rob, welcome to the show. This is a question for all you guys. Is like, did it take for you to get clean and sober to start really recognizing things you need to work on yourself? Was it, or how am I asking this? Was it until once you got clean and sober that you start noticing more things you want to work on yourself?
In my case, yes. I first need to get sober, then I start watching the things in a different way.
Okay.
Then I start being more conscious of things that are around me, and then I start being thank you. Then I start being taking responsibility of my feelings,
Okay.
which is where everything starts. Because with the feelings, then you start realizing that, oh man, I'm struggling with this, I'm struggling with that. I will have to take the responsibility on this without going and getting high to avoid this feeling that I'm having right now.
Right. To mask that.
Yeah.
Are you out here, Chris? We love you, Chris. So, real quick, with that question, I reformed it already. Rob,
Yes.
what was one of the biggest things you realized about yourself once you got clean that you wanted to work on?
I think we covered this last time. I just want to be a little less gross every day. And that
A little less what?
gross every day.
Okay.
And that kind of just became my mission. I got hospitalized, fortunately, for my addiction. It almost stroked me out and made me reevaluate my life and what I actually valued. And it turns out it was none of the things I was searching in life for at all.
Huh.
And I just started to live as if there was something better out there and kind of approach situations with a more present, trying to learn type of attitude. And it's honestly kind of been pretty smooth sailing because of it.
Oh, yeah. Real quick, I just want to give a quick shout out, like Nick H. and Sandy and Dustin and Big Bro and Sadie and if I do miss you, I'm sorry, Chelsea and Jess and Marty and Bob S. and Ziesel and Jacob J. Everyone who's checking in and posting questions, we appreciate you. I did get a handful of questions on my phone. I will start asking them once we get past our easygoing conversations. But everyone checking in, we appreciate you and we love you guys, and we are grateful because this is an interactive show. So that means interact. So talk to me about. Oh, where's your friend at? Where'd she go? Blonde hair, Kat? Is that her name? No. Damn, I wanted her on. I know her from Late Night NA. Okay, sorry. What is one of the biggest things you learned about yourself when you got clean that you weren't aware of when you were out using?
Oh man, like I realized, for me, like I've always said, men, sex, drugs. Those are my addictions in order. But
Me too. Minus the men part.
Yeah.
But yeah.
To each his own. But for me, it was like realizing that I'm not just codependent on sex. It's the fact that I am also codependent on people. I was like, oh, like the sex is a component, but I'm like, no, it's it's the fact that I like a lot of unhealthy relationships that I keep getting into, like that I choose to get into. Let me take this responsibility. But for me, I get in bad relationships with people I know that I don't want to be with in like an emotional or mental or whatever way, and then but I'm very much about like the sex, and then I realize that I don't care as much as I should, and I'm working on the fact that like I'd like to have that healthy relationship with somebody where I don't like get to this point where I'm so deeply unhappy in my relationship or with the other person that I'm just seeking out this one thing that make me happy, and like for me it always leads me back to drugs. Do
you think this is a valid statement for all of you guys? Is we become codependent to our addiction?
Yeah.
Yes.
Completely dependent.
Someone elaborate for me. Anyone, elaborate.
I was completely dependent on my addiction because I'd wake up and start shaking, and it was the only way I really coped with anything I had going on in my life. It was actually a very sad existence.
So in a way, like something just triggered where it was like, in a way, like it kind of comes full circle that I may say like, oh, I'm not codependent. My drug, I was way codependent on. Like, I just was. My whole life was me and heroin. I mean, you know what I'm saying? It was one and the same, and that was codependency at its finest. Luis, what's your plans moving forward?
Oof. There's
Come
a
on.
lot, there's a lot of plans, but first of all, let's keep going forward. Keep my job, get another job that probably gives me more hours and better payment. Because I would like to yes, sir, to get more money and in the future get my own place to live. So with that, I start probably getting better relationships. But first, make sure that I'm gonna be okay with not depending or having the problem that if I'm gonna have a good place to stay or not. And I want to be comfortable with myself completely. Like I don't want to feel that I want to please somebody else.
I got you on that.
I want to feel that I already comfort with myself. Make sure that I'm loving myself correctly, to bring to my life the real people that is gonna be there.
Right.
Because what I'm doing, because what I am, not because what I have.
That's a good one. That's a good one. Not possession based. So tell us about your gratitude. Like, what are the things you're grateful for? And then after that, I need you to grab someone from over there to take your seat.
Of course.
But not the dude in the flannel. Not the guy with his back to us.
Whoever from there, I'll bring whoever. So I'm grateful, as always, first of all, because I have my God with me.
Real quick on that one.
Yeah.
My man.
But I am grateful to be here. Here right now.
Yes.
Because I was feeling bad a few minutes ago, and I get on my way here and I start feeling better. Just because I'm talking, and that is great to know that I have a place where people can listen to me and understand me and give and give me a feedback. That is healing now. That healing my soul, man. That healing my feelings, bro.
Yeah, mind, body, and soul.
Yeah. It's great to have a community. It's great to have it's great to feel that you belong to some place where people accept it and it's not judging you.
Well, it's nice that somebody recognizes. I like that the rooms you can talk to people who recognize like the weird shit I was doing out there. You know what I mean?
Huh.
No kidding.
And I
yeah,
can just
get
talk
that.
about it freely and not be like, whoa, because you talk like that to people on the street, they'll take 2 steps back.
Yeah, for real.
Most probably.
So here's the thing: is I'm gonna have you get up, but if you want to stay, if you want to hang out, and once we go through, you can get it back on. Okay. I like when you're on there. I love it. But I want to make sure everyone get a little shot.
Of course.
So batter's up. You're up next. Then you're up after him. So don't go far. No. Just stay close, because I'm gonna have you share about your gratitude. Then you're taking his spot. So before you start, I need you to add whatever you would like to add before I get you into your gratitude. What do you want to tell the people out here listening?
Oh, just stick with it. You are powerful. You have a lot of power you can bring to the world. You have a lot of value you can bring to the world. You just have to work at exposing it and bringing it to everybody.
Tell them. Well, then what's your gratitude look like?
I am first and foremost always grateful for the amount of mobility that I currently have, because I do not deserve it. I am also grateful for my family, the decisions that I make today. I am grateful for every moment that I have on this side of the grass.
I got you. I appreciate you coming on. Can I count on you to come back?
Absolutely.
My man, thank you.
Thank you.
Batter's up. All right. I love you. I love you, Will, and I love American Pie Pizza. We appreciate you coming in. You see how quick your pizza went bye-bye? Yeah, pissed me off. Someone brought me 1 slice of pepperoni.
Hey, I grabbed you too.
I meant someone brought me 2 slices.
There we go. Thank you.
Will, Paul, we love you guys. Thank you. God, I'm hearing my voice for the first time in my headphone. I am irritating.
Oh my
Sorry,
God.
audience. I got to stop talking. Talk to me. No, you know what? Is there anything you'd like to tell the listening audience before I get you into your gratitude? Anything you want to add?
Honestly, it ties into my gratitude, so I'd rather go with it. You know what? So I'm grateful that feelings pass. Like Monday, honestly, that was my 1-year anniversary of homelessness.
Wait,
so
is that something we celebrate? Yeah.
Well, no, but the fact is that I was going through a really shitty time, and like wanted to go out and use. And there's the fact that I had hope for the first time in a long time. I was grateful that I had people and things that are matter to me that are keeping me here. That like my addiction, although it's strong, there's a power out there that's greater than me, and I believe in my higher power. I know, that I feel that connection where it's like, I don't want to give up anymore. I don't want to keep going out there and doing that to myself and hurting other people by what I'm doing to myself, because I have a strong community. I'm lucky to have the supports that I have and that connection, and I don't know, every day that I'm alive, every day that I'm sober, every day I have a roof over my head, that's better than the days that I've ever had in my own addiction. So, I'm just grateful to be here.
We love you. We're grateful for you. I appreciate you always coming on and sharing what you have to share. Thank you.
All right. It's always a pleasure.
Adios. You trying to hop on?
Yeah, get up here. Get up here.
Come on, your boys are on. Get up.
Get up here, bro.
Get up here. All right.
My
I don't think I've ever met any of you three. So, what's your name?
I'm Wesley.
Wesley, stay on that mic. What's your name? Sean. Sean, get right on that mic. Yeah. You lost your spot. What's your name?
Tone.
Tone. All right, Tone, Wesley, and Sean.
And I know all these cats from the street.
Get real close on that mic.
All right.
Get uncomfortably close on these mics, guys.
I don't know, man.
All right.
He's familiar with mics.
Yeah.
How'd you hear about We'll Work for Recovery? Yeah, you.
I was in treatment back in 2017, and they at New Way, and they were talking about how great of a meeting it is. So I started coming in about 2017.
Nice. So, what would you tell someone who's never been here? How would you explain this place to them?
It's a whole blessing. It's a life changer. It's all about community. It's just a great place to be.
How'd you hear about We'll Work?
I know a lot of these people from back when I used to run around, and I just seen a lot of people that were out doing fun stuff that I wanted to do. So I just got a hold of like Sam and a couple other people that just brought me here, and I like coming here, and we do functions and stuff like that. That's about it. Yeah, I heard from just people that come here and people I knew.
And how did you hear about We'll Work?
I don't want to name drop, but I know God and a lot.
Name drop all day, baby.
So yeah, no, I prayed on it, and a lot of my people that I used to mess around with too. They all started to come here, so I tapped in first with that men's group on Wednesdays, which was phenomenal.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes. 5 o'clock on Wednesdays.
Absolutely.
There's a men's group and a women's group.
So that men's group, that was monumental for me because it cut out a lot of distractions. You know what I mean?
Like pussy. Come on,
like
say
pussy.
it,
There
say
you
it
go.
what it is. We all guys here. Sorry if there's women listening, but this goes the same for you women. You can come here and not have to worry about no men hitting on you. It goes both ways, and you can open up. Go ahead and explain what I'm about to start talking about. Why is it so beneficial to check out an all same-sex meeting?
Because a lot of the times that's distractions. That's for us. That's our first warning. You know what I mean? Our first trigger. You know what I mean? So yeah, that's how,
you're
that's
experiencing
how
right now.
Right.
A girl walks in and be like, "Ooh."
Right. Yeah, man.
I
Send her
got
out.
married to a girl right out of treatment, and it did not go good. Let me tell you.
Hey, I get you. It's like this. Like I've shared about this a lot on here, but I was in recovery for 2-3 years, and I walked into a men's meeting at New Hope Alno. It was the first time I was able to really. I didn't even know it, but I shared, like a real share.
Yeah.
Like it was with some guard drop because I didn't have to worry about putting on some type of show.
Right.
You know, you gotta be mindful because there's women in the room. You gotta make sure you ain't got no booger in your nose or your flies. You know, just silly shit that we don't talk about out loud. But that's the way it went. And like, look, we got feelings, man. It's the truth. And it was until I was in an all men's meeting where another man was like, "Look, man, I get it. You're hurting." It was hard to admit, like, yeah, I'm hurting. But explain what it was like to be able to share at that meeting.
At that men's group, there really was no.
I don't know why, but you're good. Just get as close as you can.
Mic check. Okay. At that men's
there
group,
you
it was good for me because, like I said, there was no distractions. The atmosphere, the format of the group, it wasn't like your typical recovery format. You know what I mean? It was kind of almost like a Friday night at We'll Work. It was a vibe. You know what I mean? Not your your typical cookie cutter meeting, if you will. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, yeah, that for me, it was already playing into something that I could appreciate. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Something completely different, and I needed change. So, and I appreciated it.
Oh yeah. Is this the only meeting you've been to here ever? The Friday night one?
Yeah, I've been here a couple times.
Couple times. Would you come back?
Yeah, I do. I will.
All right. Well, what would you tell someone else out on the streets? They're like, man, I heard about Will Work, but I don't know. What would you say?
Man, you got to check it out. It's a way different vibe than anywhere else you're going to find around here. Guaranteed. It's comfortable. You'll find something here for you that's guaranteed.
Huh. So you mentioned something about meeting a girl in the rooms and linking up. My guy, Tone. What? Tone. You mentioned something about linking up with a woman. Explain to some other newcomer out there why that might not be the best idea.
Because we're both struggling with addictions, and man, oh man, I'm telling you. Actually, I've tried to date a lot of women out of these places, and you know, it all went bad every single time. We both need to work on ourselves. You know, yeah, it's not a good idea. You need to find somebody that ain't got the same issues as what you got to build a firm foundation. That's what I believe.
Real quick, best piece of advice I ever got in my entire recovery life was from the girl who I've been with now for 2.5 years. 5 years ago, I asked her out, and she was like, pardon my language, she was like, fuck no, you don't even know who you are. You need to work on you first. And it hurt, and I was like, I'm done with women. I stopped until she came at me 2.5 years later. I've been with her ever since. But that was the best. It crushed me. To have some girl that I was creeping on. What? Not even. We were cordial. We were in meetings together. I was nice. Like, we even went out and seen movies. And I finally pulled the trigger. Finally got my little guts up to ask her out. She shot me down. Like, fuck no. You don't know who you are. How can you treat me like you ain't got this, that, this? It was constructive, but it crushed me.
Right.
It tore me the fuck down. And I just was like, I'm done with women.
It was like a refocus.
It was the best thing I could have heard at that time in my life. Not in recovery, in my life. I was like, she's right. And I always tell it, but like, it's messed up because within 2 weeks of that moment happening, I was in a different state on my motorcycle, driving by myself. Something clicked. I'm like, I'm cool with who I am.
Yeah, you got to love yourself before you can love anyone else.
It just happened. I was like, I'm straight with who I am. Today, I'm good with me. 2 weeks later, she came at me. And I've been with her ever since. I'm glad about that, but it was like, damn, I finally would have been cool with me. But now I'm in whatever. So, like, I think the best piece of advice with a lot of this is, like, work on you first. And it's hard to do, especially when you come to a meeting, there's 100 people. A lot of them are women. A lot of them, they're not hard on the eyes. And plus, like, man, I was thirsty when I came in here. It's just what it is. And when you come from the streets, what's it about? What's up, girls? So, what do you tell someone who's out there struggling? Tone.
You know, there's a better life in recovery. You know, say less, we blessed. I don't know.
All right, well, fuck that then. What do you want to tell the listening audience? There's a lot of people out there who never been in the rooms of recovery, never been to Will Work. What do you want to share with them?
I love all y'all, and I hope the best for you. And I hope you get up in the room here and come check out what we got going on. It's a beautiful thing.
Carrie said, I met my husband right out of recovery, and we had been together for 16 years now. Met him at Sober City. Look, we had someone on here who shared earlier named Bob S. He's married going on 21 years now to someone he met in the rooms. Like, it happens. The girl I'm with, I met in these rooms. I have a feeling in that first year, if she would have said yes, like, probably things would have been bad today. Whatever the case. Like, we all have our own journey. On journey's time. Talk to me about your gratitude again.
I'm grateful for my creator. I'm grateful for everything. I'm grateful for what I built. I work for the Division of Indian Work. My kids are all coming back in my life.
Nice.
All my blessings are pouring in. My cup is overfilled. Living this good life here. And you know what? I know that tomorrow I could get everything taken away and have a real shitty life. But that ain't what's going on right now. I'm blessed.
Oh, yeah. I appreciate you coming on. Will you come back on the show?
Yeah, sure.
Tone, go find someone to grab your seat. same question to you, man. Is there anything you want to add to the audience who's listening?
I just got to say, like, for me, it's been more than just quitting drugs. I got to, like, retrain my whole subconscious. Like, all the intake that I got, I just been, changing and doing better that way. Because it's more than just drugs. It's a whole way of thinking.
Yes, you hit it on the head.
Yeah, because I'll be sober, but still them scamming thoughts. And I got to shut it down. Like, no, we don't do that no more.
I'm glad you're bringing this up, man. I'm really glad you're bringing this up. Paul shares about it's a whole lifestyle change.
Yeah.
Why get clean if you're going to still live like you're using?
Yeah. And a lot of people, it's like you got to get uncomfortable. You know what I mean? I got to go sit where, I feel like I'm uncomfortable. I'm not in the in crowd, but, I got some people that talk me through it and let me know that, you sit in and eventually it'll work for you. It'll be,
right. Right.
Yeah.
So what's your gratitude look like?
Man.
Like, what are the things you're grateful for today?
I'm grateful. I finally found God. I always depended on me and trying to do for me in my selfish ways. And now that I got sober, like, I've always had to be the strong dude for my family, but now, like, the feelings are coming out, and that's weird for me to deal with. But I've been finding now that I've been talking to guys, because you never talk to guys in that addiction,
right? Right.
Unless it's that scamming or Right. But now
on a real level.
Yeah, but now I know that there's guys out here going through exact same thing, and now that we can talk about it, it feels good.
Right.
And, we stick together, like the businessmen, they keep each other okay. We got to keep each other okay and lift each other up.
I'm glad you're saying what you're saying, bro. I need you back on the air, too. I think them are all real good points. Like, to be able to get some shit off your chest saves our lives.
Yeah, I got a lot of good shit to say. I have a hard time getting it out sometimes. You know what I mean?
And I think he brought it up, too. Like, being in a men's meeting, for me, I can't speak for you.
Right.
It was easier for me to open up and say these things, like, about my feelings. I know it's not normal for a man to talk about his feelings, especially with another man.
Yeah.
But that's the shit that saves our lives.
Yeah, and another thing is, like, my ego, when you have that bag, and stuff like that, it's like you got that fake attention. Like, it wasn't about money. I liked my phone ringing. I liked feeling important, And then when you got to find out, you're just an average Joe, that wasn't you. And you got to build up from there.
Right.
And that's where I'm at.
No, I'm grateful for you, bro. Thanks for coming on.
All right, man. I love everybody here.
Is she not coming on? It's all good. Batter's up. Come on. My guy.
And my gratitude looks like...
nope.
What?
What do you got to add? You got to add something
I
to
don't have anything to add.
You good?
To it. No,
You
yeah,
good?
I appreciate it all. Yeah.
All right.
Super
Talk to us
blessed
about
be
your gratitude.
I'm just grateful for my structure, my 8:30 bedtimes, Monday to Thursday. My son, who's 4 years old, who I typically have, right by my side every time I come to the meetings. You know what I mean? So, I'm just grateful to be here, and I'll come back. I'll keep coming back.
I appreciate you.
Thank
Thanks
you,
for
sir.
getting a little vulnerable, man.
All right.
All right. So, who are you, young lady?
I'm Paris.
Paris, who are you, young lady? Get close to that mic.
Like it's Jocelyn.
Get either move up closer. Come on. All right. Hang on. I'm gonna yell real quick.
Tessa.
Come on. All right. There we go.
Tessa's
Oh no! Come on. She's been on. You're good. Come on. Come on. All right. What'd you say your name was one more time?
Jocelyn.
Oh, I was trying to get you to be like, Jocelyn. All right, get your
You got
headphones
this.
on and get close to that mic and tell me who you are.
Who are you?
I'm Tessa.
Tessa, get close to that mic uncomfortably.
Okay, hold on. I'm coming.
All right, now I feel left out. I feel like the odd duck out here.
The only man.
How'd you hear about Will Work for Recovery?
People that come to Will Work.
What'd they tell you about it?
About Will Work or just the podcast part?
Will Work.
That is just part of recovery and.
All right.
Just I don't know.
What was your thoughts when you walked in the first time? Do you remember that feeling? What, like, you're like, this place is bullshit, or this is the shit, or talk to us. What was that feeling like when you walked in?
Well, it was very overwhelming. I mean, I guess because there's a lot of people.
Yeah.
But then the more and more I came, it was a little bit easier to open up and get closer to people. Paris helped for sure.
Yeah.
She was definitely there to help me feel more welcome.
So I got a question that came in online the second all three girls sat down. How do you deal with men hitting on you in the rooms of recovery?
No eye contact. Sorry, just say.
Not even that. You know what? I'm going to revamp it. How do you deal with the opposite sex when you're trying to get your recovery?
I just told him straight up that I'm just here for my recovery because I've had it happen in this room. I've had it happen in other rooms, and I'm just kind of like, no. I was like, just straight up. I'm like, no. I was like, I'm here for my recovery. I'm not here to 13 step, basically. I was like, and I have a great relationship outside of this, so it's like, I don't need to be screwing up something for myself with my sobriety and also just my relationships that I have outside of my sobriety, because how I look at it too is like people that are coming in here, they're trying to fix themselves, and sometimes it's not the best bet to have somebody that's trying to fix themselves do this, like try to be there and fix you when they got to fix themselves, right? Basically.
Yep, I hear that. So do you incorporate men into your recovery? Yeah, you heard me right. Is there men that are involved with your recovery?
Yeah.
What do you mean? Get close to the mic. What do you mean?
Come on, Jocelyn.
What do you mean?
So actually, I met someone at the Halloween party.
You met someone at the what?
Halloween party.
Okay.
Who was here for support for someone, so he's not an addict.
Okay.
That's cool.
Right.
I've met him twice, 3 times, 4 times on,
yeah,
on air.
you have.
Yeah, I've heard his views on things.
Yeah.
I already know.
Aww.
Come on. And no one's told me. He's a good guy. So, I guess that doesn't count. It counts, though. But does he get in your way of your recovery ever?
No.
Does your recovery come first?
Yeah.
Why?
Because it's what I want.
Why? No, this is called hosting shit. Why?
It's what I wanted for a long time.
Yeah, but why?
Oh my God.
No, for real, that's valid as fuck.
I love
Why?
this.
Why have you wanted for a long time? Like, do I need to answer that for myself so you guys understand why I'm asking why?
I never had it, so I want to try it. You feel me?
Like a different
And I
life?
Yeah. My whole life is all surrounded around drugs. Even
Okay,
from-
that's just easy to answer.
Yeah.
You're laughing at a simple 3 words,
just funny,
three
too.
3-letter word. Why? It's really just one letter. Why? All right, I'm corny. How do you deal with men in the rooms?
Like I said, no eye contact. I make things very uncomfortable, right? I
So
don't
I'm
know.
over here like, oh, so what's up? You just don't look at me and you act like I'm not talking to you?
I mean, most of the time that works, right? But not all the time.
Hell
so
no, now these
I mean,
thirsty junkies. Come on.
See, that's what we always did when she first started coming in. She'd be like, no eye contact. I'm like, for sure.
I'm telling you. I just can't
Man,
because
I've
I don't
seen-
know how
I've
to
seen
respond. It's
people
either gonna be nice or not nice.
Yeah,
exactly. I'd rather not.
It's not me.
Excuse me, I'd rather not, sir.
You don't want these problems.
Yeah.
You
Still
don't
not
want
right
this
in the
smoke.
head, right?
She said you don't want this
Yeah.
smoke. All right. What do you do when you're struggling?
I reach out for help. I used to not be able to do that, and I learned that that's it'll put me in a situation where I'll just isolate, and that's not good either. So I have a really good network, people that support me, and people that are there that I feel very comfortable with asking for help when it comes to just the littlest things. So just making sure I have that support in that network.
What gives you peace? What brings you peace?
My recharging time. My time at home alone.
What is? Yeah. What is
That's
that?
just-
Yeah. What's that mean?
Like isolation in a good, healthy way, right? Because I feed off emotions. I feed off people's energy, and sometimes it becomes overwhelming. So I need that time to myself, at home, just alone, just recharging myself. Like, I don't know, reading a book or watching a TV series or eating a good, healthy meal because I like to eat out. So making that good home-cooked meal, you know what I mean? Just little things to fill my soul.
What motivates you? On the mic.
I'm so happy you're on here.
It motivates me to what?
What motivates you to keep going day to day in this life of recovery?
New experiences, new people.
What do you mean?
I've had way more fun since I've been sober.
Talk about that. Stop. Just.
Like
I want to talk
dodgeball.
about fun in recovery. What kind of fun are you talking about? How can you have fun in recovery?
The candlelight meeting on Tuesday in Columbia Heights.
At
There's
what
dodgeball.
facility?
Dodgeball.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, but what do
Floor
you?
hockey, pickleball.
Yeah. What do you know where that is? The Tuesday night meeting. It's big. I know it's big.
4201 Washington, Columbia Heights.
It's like clean and
Nice.
serene. Yeah.
As long as
Clean and serene.
As long as I've been coming here, I've never made it to one of those.
Oh my, so last week there was 89 people who showed up.
Okay.
And we took a big picture, so it's online. But there was a lot of people that came, and it was really great.
I have to check it out one of these days. It's just Tuesdays and Thursdays are my days.
I only know about Thursdays.
Well,
or
can we like
Tuesdays. I
steal
mean.
one of those days?
Yeah, you can steal me one of these days. You can pick me up. I don't want to drive.
Imagine hitting some of these guys, you know, with
I know.
some dodgeballs, and they're just like, "She did that."
Yeah, true.
My
Makes
bad.
sense.
Yeah, there's 90 people that showed up for dodgeball, pickleball, whatever you got, needle ball, whatever.
Well, it's dodgeball, then floor hockey, and then pickleball.
And they're beast mode out there too. I know people really get into it.
Yeah.
So Paris,
Yep.
tell us about your peace. What brings you peace in your recovery?
You know, if I'm just gonna be completely honest, I've been struggling.
No, lie to us.
Yes. Okay. I love that. No, I need to do better with not lying. Cause you know, it's even then. It's like for me, it's like I've been really. I try to be like basically like a poster board kid, like for sobriety, where I'm just like, no, like everything's fine. Where like right now, I'm getting to my 1 year mark here in 2 weeks, and this is where like the thoughts are getting to me the most because I've been I've been sober for so long. So I'm trying to find that peace, but it's like all the things that I was okay with for so many months now, I'm kind of like, well, I've been doing it this long, it's still the same, and I don't know what else to do about it. But what I try to do to find that peace, though, is like I color, I read books. Most of my women can relate out there watching crime documentaries. Oh my God. That's what brings me peace. Because it's not my chaos, it's somebody else's.
Right. I
So-
got that. I got that.
So like that stuff, you know.
So Carrie sent in a question. We'll just go around the table. How long have you been sober and clean?
1 year on January 24th, same
Yeah.
as Paris.
Yeah. Me and Tessa are sober sisters.
How long?
February 16th will be my 1 year.
Yeah.
February 16th. But you all know we don't front clean time.
I know.
So you guys are almost at a year.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. But it works, right?
It does if you put the work into it.
Right.
Like that's
that
what really
1 year, like when I was like, oh my God, that 1 year, like, okay, I've been like this for 1 year.
Yeah, exactly. It's kind of like it's a bittersweet type of thing, especially being because like we're all pretty like in our young age at least. Like we
Yeah.
still are like all the women at this table. It's bittersweet because a lot of people we know are still out there doing the same things that we were doing. So then we're, you know, we're finding different connections with people in recovery. But at the end of the day, it's like that bittersweet moment of like, I really miss these people. I don't miss what I was doing, but I miss these people. And it's hard to, you know, get used to the fact of just like having that routine basically. So, I mean, like that's for me at least. I can't speak for anybody else, but I know being a young one, Jocelyn's young, Tessa's also young. Like we're all pretty young women right here. So it's like, it's a really different playing field for sure. Especially, I want to say it's discouraging, but being like one of the younger ones and seeing all like, you know, the older people than us. Now I'm not calling nobody old. Please don't take that personal. But you know, it's just everybody that's like, you know, a few like a decade older than me or like 2 decades. It's different because it's like what they have and the life that they have is completely different from mine because it's like I decided to get sober when I was 19. So, you know, they have a lot more of like not even like justifiable or whatever is war stories because of some of the loss they've had.
More life experiences. It's just what it is. They've been around longer. It's just what it is.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like it's not discouraging. It's just also it's hard to be young and try to find that recovery group. Everybody's like, why don't you go to the young people groups? I also like for me, it's just like not that I don't love the young folks that are getting sober. It's just how strong are you in your sobriety and how long are you going to work this? Because it's like I'm not trying to be around somebody that's still like slipping back. Like I'm not going to discourage you or like, you know, shame you for it, but it's like people's like planes on recovery are completely different. Like,
Yeah.
I could have the way I do it, and that's what works for me, and that might not be what works for you, and you could still be struggling.
I mean,
so.
that's valid. You could say that in an old person meeting. Like, I don't know how long they plan on being here for. It's like age. I get it. Like when you're talking about life experiences, sure, I get that side of it. But what I've seen in the few days I've been doing this is you just find what works for you.
Yeah.
Like the one thing I challenge people to do is just don't live the way you're living. Go find some other shit. There's other shit out there. You're hearing enough people share about it on here.
With the younger people, I noticed that their sobriety is seasonal.
Yeah.
Seasonal.
I do too.
But that's your guys' experience. Like there are some people, like I don't know, like you guys are coming to different meetings. Jake, I'm sure he talked about it, but like there's Icky Pa and there's Mini Pa and all that shit. Like there are other things out there, and until you're doing it religious or not religiously, but until you're, you know, the show's over here, girls.
I'm sorry, but they're so loud.
Focus. There we go.
Yelling.
Wait, let's do this. Let's just really make it worse for you guys. There you go. Is it way louder?
Oh my God.
That's
Tim, why
too
would you
much for
do
me.
that?
Because I thought it'd help us not hear the outside noise.
I think this works better.
See, and Paul's like, I like it when there's all that background noise. And Carolyn's like, no, it's gross when you're hearing, you can't hear the show. All you hear is all
Man
this in
brain,
the background.
woman brain.
Squirrel.
Well, we'll see how it works out.
That's more like Paul and Carolyn brain.
Yeah, I love it. We're going to go around. What do you like most about yourself?
I'm loving and caring, and I'm worthy. That's what I like about myself, is that I'm just so kind and caring, and I love people. That's what I love about myself.
What do you like most about yourself? And get on that mic.
It's giving you money.
I like that I have empathy, and that like I'm very good at helping others. I can see other people's needs, and I can find a way to help.
Mm-hmm.
Just being so understanding too, I think, is a big thing.
Yeah.
Sick.
Like
Fucking
being able
sick.
to see from different point of views, you know.
You have an easier time connecting with people, where I'm just kind of like,
You're putting up your own roadblocks.
I
Stop
know
it.
that, but it's just like, I think it's just like the discourage and like a lot of stuff I still got to work through.
We're gonna have to
personally.
go to the mall and do people watching, and I'll show you.
I'm
Oh,
down.
I love me
I'm
some
down.
people watching.
I love that too.
Are we louder now in our heads, in our ears, or is
Yeah.
that just me?
I like it.
All right, I got to turn that
Joel.
Joel.
down. Boom, boom.
always Joel.
Boom. I hear me breathing. I hate it. What do you like most about yourself?
I like the-
Yeah, what do you like most about yourself?
I like that I'm genuine, you know. I've always just been kind of like, even in like, you know, when I wasn't sober, I wasn't the realest of the real, but it's like when I got sober, I was always just a very genuine person. I didn't let anything change that, because I've gone through a lot of like, you know, just really shitty relationships with myself, and it's like, and just with like family, but I always just stayed true to myself, like who I was. Like at the end of the day, I still like, I'll call you out on what I don't tolerate. I'm like, I think that's stupid. I think you have to have logic behind it. Feelings do matter.
Paris. Oh, Paris. All right, listen. I'm going to be rudest to you. First, I want you to tell, I know you've answered this before, but I'd like to hear it again. What's the one superpower you would have if you could have a superpower? You've been asked enough now where you could change it up and say what you want. What's the superpower you could have if you could have?
It would still be healing.
Healing. Just
Yeah.
boom, healed?
Yep.
That is the shit. I don't think no one's ever used that one.
I like that.
Tell me about your gratitude. And then she's taking your spot.
Gratitude. I've been thankful for a lot of things. Friendships, work, stuff like that. I don't know.
Stuff like that.
Yeah.
Thank you for coming on. Don't go far. Batters up. All right, so it got loud for us because I turned up this. There we go. There we go. Paris.
Yep.
Tell me about your superpowers. If you could have one, what would it be?
I'd be a shapeshifter.
A shapeshifter, like into a lighter?
Whatever I want to be.
Into a remote control?
Yep.
Into a...
I don't want to be a sucker. I don't want to be a sucker.
A piece of metal. I didn't say that.
You were picking it up, though.
I set it back down because that's not appropriate. Now, if I had my guys on, I'd be like, you'd want to be a sucker. Sucker.
No, I would just want to be that, because I'd want to either fly or be tiny. I'd get away with a lot of
Tiny?
shit. I'm already, like, I'd want to be, like, basically like an ant. I'm gonna invade you.
I think you covered that. You know what? Yeah, that's still inappropriate. I think you could still get that with shapeshifter.
I know. That's what I want to do.
All right, good enough.
Exactly.
Superpower. Any superpower.
Transport anywhere in the world.
Yeah.
Oh.
I want to be able to go. Like, have you seen that movie Jumper?
Yes.
Like being able to do
Yes.
that. Like what?
Right. That'd be cool.
Travel on
Be
the
the shit.
snap
I'd be
of
in.
a finger.
Yes.
Just
Time travel?
That would be cool.
Regular travel.
anywhere, anytime.
No, just place
anytime.
travel.
That too.
Because time travel is a different power.
Universal.
Yeah. Universal.
I want to time travel.
Come close to the mic.
What
son.
this thing?
close.
Like
Yep.
in my face.
Yes.
Yeah.
No, you need it real close in your face and
I
close to your
whisper,
mouth.
okay.
Giving you your
All right.
mouth.
So now, what's your name?
My name is Sunny.
Sonny. Welcome to the show, Sonny. Have you ever been on?
No, never.
Ooh, we got a virgin on it. All right. How'd you hear about Will Work for Recovery?
I think I was probably like 4 months clean, and I met a woman at 2218, and she told me about Will Work and brought me to my first women's group here.
Nice. Do you remember how she explained it to you? She's like, it's a real busy
It's a
place.
bunch of crazy people. No, I'm just kidding.
No, for real. Like, I've heard that one.
She
Yeah.
told me, she was like, there's a lot of people. It's a little cliquey because I have anxiety. I don't
Right.
like people make me nervous.
But the
So she
women's
just-
meeting, the one on Wednesday, it's not super crazy packed, right?
No, I think it's not that intimate.
Right.
I think I think it's not.
Not
that.
that? For the just the women's
Sometimes,
meeting?
yeah, I'm talking about
Okay.
just the women's meeting. I think there's a good amount of women that come because I've seen more intimate women's groups. I think
Oh,
this
yeah.
is a good
Of course.
size.
Of course. So, what was when you did walk in, what was it like? Like, what?
It was good. It was the women were loving. I think the first one went really well, and I continue to come back. Like I think I went every week for like a few weeks, and then I came sporadically. But the women were really nice. I got to know a lot of people that I still like know and talk to today.
Oh, you
but-
made some connections.
Yeah, definitely. I got numbers and made some connections.
So then, how would you explain this to someone else? If someone's like, hey, Sonny, I heard about Will Work for Recovery. What's it like?
I would tell them it's a bunch of people who practice recovery, not a specific program.
Not a specific fellowship. They just say recovery
not a
based.
specific fellowship.
Yep.
And like, if that's what you're looking for, that's not here. But if it is what you're looking for, then this is the perfect place to come.
Right.
'Cause there's a bunch of amazing people here.
And now, just a side note, because a lot of people just don't know this, but like, there is structured meetings they have at Will Work for Recovery every morning. It's early, 6:30 a.m. There's a structured AA meeting. Every Sunday they have a 5 o'clock structured AA meeting. There's some structured NA meetings, but you're right. Basically,
Not really.
7 o'clock is a recovery meeting. 5 o'clock is the men's and the women's meetings. That's what they are. They're just like an accountability meetings for the most.
An NA meeting here? Like
100%.
a NA.
Yeah, there's someone that rents out this back room for one too. And there's also, we have spirit. That's the other thing. I got to start talking about Star, and we have spirituality rooms. We got 2 different.
Star and Sally.
Yes, Star and Sally come here. Is it on Mondays?
Yep.
And they offer their spiritual guidance if you want it. There's 2 little rooms, very intimate little rooms.
Great people.
Yes, so you can come to them with any spiritual questions, religious type stuff.
Sally's
Look at my
funny.
guy.
Sally's funny too. If you
Sally's
want-
the shit.
Yeah, if you want somebody
Did they
that
start that trauma group that they were gonna have?
Every Wednesday back here in the podcast room when they're doing the big meeting.
No,
During the women's meeting,
Yeah.
there's also a women's trauma group that takes place in this room. So, yeah, when I was gone, they went through 20 pounds of candy in
Yeah.
2 Fridays. Man,
Well, we put down the drugs, so it's time for sugar.
bullshit.
Have you not seen those skits on TikTok? Every single one has coffee, sugar, candy, and like that's it. I think.
What do you do to pass your time?
I read a lot. I love reading.
Like read a book?
Yeah, I read books. Like books.
I tell people I read, but really it's called Audible, and I listen.
Listen to the
I
books.
download it to my phone. I tried Audible. It just doesn't work. I don't want to hear your voice. I want to imagine it all.
No,
in my
I
head.
get Right. Nope, I get
want
it.
it to be me narrating it.
I get it. I just haven't. It's sad to say. Only time I've been able to do that was when I was locked up. But for some reason, I can listen to. There's only specific narrators, but like I did 100 books in 104 books in 2023. I just got the little analytics.
Sick.
But I'll do it while I'm working all day long, and I can focus on it. It's weird.
You can multitask.
It was like my counselor said. Like she gave me a box of Sharpies and coloring books, and I was like, I'm a 30-year-old man. What? I don't need to color. That shit worked during when people were sharing, and I'd be focused on with a Sharpie, making sure I wasn't busting lines and shit. But I was able to pay attention. I don't know what it is. These counselors know some things. What's your one superpower you could have? You didn't think I was going to ask you? Come on. Everyone gets excited for that question.
I don't know. I think maybe speed, obviously. I think
We don't have
speed.
to live. Okay.
Yeah, speed.
I was thinking something else. I was like,
No,
you don't have to turn into a bag of dope.
No.
Super fast,
I wanna be
like
able to
Flash?
run out of every environment that makes me uncomfortable. I want to be able to get the fuck. when I
There's
wanna
got to be
get
some
out.
psychology behind
there
that shit.
definitely is.
She's like, I want to get away.
You won't even see me leave.
Yeah.
Or time travel,
There you
travel.
go.
Like
Yes.
Time travel. I want to be able to see all periods of life.
Would you want to time travel without consequences though? Because that's what I feel like is always. a
You
big
mean
thing.
like not changing the
Yeah, like,
butterfly
you could be
effect?
there, yeah, and then it's just
I don't know.
No, I want the chaos of it all. I want
Alright.
to step on something, and then in 2020, none of us are born.
Oh, that's fucked.
Oh, you got me. Like
Yeah, Sonny.
Bring it lower.
There we go.
Yeah.
Yep. There. No, you're good. No, I selfishly ask people that because I want to steal people's answers. Like now I'm thinking
Her
about it.
healing one, I was gonna steal
Yeah,
that. But
That
I was
is a
like,
good one.
That was so good.
Right when she said, I was like, that's right. So and so's got cancer. What's his
Right.
name of this
I
and
thought
that?
of
Like,
so many people.
Yeah.
and then I start getting sad. Like, fuck that. That's bullshit. I hate illness. It is. It's bullshit. But that's the thing. They told me. They said get 3 suits. When I got into recovery, he's like, buy 3 suits. I'm like, what? And this hit hard. He's like, well, your life's gonna get better. You're gonna need to dress well at job interviews. I'm like, okay. He's like, and you know what? People are gonna start dying. People are gonna go back out and die, and you need something nice to wear to their funeral. And then I was like, okay. He's like, and if you decide to get high again, they'll have something nice to bury you in. I was like, fuck you.
Oh wow.
But it's the truth.
Yeah.
Think about it.
Yeah. I associate relapse with death completely and totally.
You do or don't?
I do
Yeah,
completely.
yeah.
Like I think I don't think I would last 5 uses before death. Truly.
Yeah, I don't even want to chance it. I just
Yeah.
don't. I know I got a
And
relapse
that
in
keeps
me.
my
Shit.
thinking there. Like I never want to even. Yeah.
I know I can get high again. I just don't know if.
I can make it out again.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I don't know if I'll be able to get high a second time or make it back to these rooms. Okay. Let's talk gratitude, girls. Because I think we're going to open it up to people if they want to hop back
That's
on.
good.
Yeah, that's good.
All right, who wants to start?
I can start.
Wait.
What?
Is there anything we want to add? Anything you'd like to add that I didn't ask you or we didn't go over that you want to share with the audience before we move on to gratitude? Anyone?
Women's meeting at 5:00 at Will Work Recovery.
Wednesday.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Is there any
Wednesday.
other meetings elsewhere that you want to talk about or share about? Come on.
Where's my mind right now? Oh, Midway at noon on Mondays and Thursdays have really great NA meetings.
Isn't there one tonight or no?
Yeah, tonight from 10:30 to midnight, they were having a meeting that was struggling, and now so many people come. And
What
it's
is it? Which one are you talking about?
At Midway.
Midway at noon. That's over in St. Paul. That's a great facility. Matter of fact, that's where God, I forgot her name. You're Sunny.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. Bye, Gracie. I love you. See you tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. at Ikatami Tattoos for Scars and Tattoo NA. I will see you there. We started an NA meeting at 10 a.m. over in Minneapolis at Ikatami Tattoos, and it is the shit. You can do artwork while you're in an NA meeting. It is a great meeting. I keep forgetting to advertise it, but yeah, every Saturday at 10 a.m. Come check it out tomorrow morning.
Use Arch.
Yes. No, it's the shit. Okay. Gratitude. Go.
I'm grateful I'm just here today, and I'm grateful that my dad's going to be coming
Tell
into
us
town.
about what's coming.
I have my 1 year and 2 weeks, which I can't front sober time, but what I'm using as motivation is that my dad is flying all the way here, and he took time off work to be there and support me.
For his little baby girl.
Yeah, he'll be here
and
on
he
the
supports the show. Yes, he'll be here.
Yeah.
And I'll be interviewing the two of you, and then he'll get to see his daughter work, and you do some interviewing.
Mm-hmm.
Gratitude.
Yay.
Gratitude. I'm grateful for my higher power, and I'm grateful for being clean another
Check if
day.
anyone else wants on.
I'm grateful for my kids.
You're grateful for your higher power. You're grateful for your kids. I'm sorry, I was a rude host. I was trying to tell Paris to
good.
shut up.
I'm sorry. I wasn't even
Just being
listening.
clean another day. Just taking it one day at a time and just being grateful for life experiences and staying in the moment. I'm just really just trying to stay focused this year.
So I know, I already know this. I didn't ask her because I already know the answer. Will you come back on the show?
Yeah, I will.
If we move this back to having guests for an hour at a time, would you be an hour-long guest?
Yes.
Good enough. All right. See if someone else wants to come on. Thank you for coming. Hey, hey. What's her name again? I forget.
Tessa.
Tessa.
Oh, what? Oh, Nux. Got you.
Thank you. Sonny. Sonny.
I thought you were gonna forget too.
Hell no. I like your name.
I love my name
If
too.
I say I like your name, that means I didn't like theirs. But that's not what I meant. I just forgot Tessa's. So, Sonny, before you even get into gratitude, would you come back on the show?
Yeah, I would.
Would you come back on without all your girls?
No, definitely. Yeah.
Yes?
I
You
think
said
there's so
no,
much-
definitely yeah.
No, definitely I would.
All right,
With-
good enough.
Without, yeah.
All right. So tell me about your gratitude.
I'm grateful for Allah, for God, I'm grateful that I'm clean and that I'm working a program that helps me grow every day. I think I'm learning so many things about myself that I never knew before. And when you're in active addiction so young and get clean so young, you don't really have a solid identity. And I'm grateful that I'm getting to figure that out.
Thank you for coming on the show. I really appreciate you. I'll be looking forward to you coming back on the show. Hey, you don't get to just do that. You're up next. All right. I've had you on.
Yep.
I haven't had you on yet, so I need you to pop on and tell us who you are.
Yeah, I'm old and boring now.
No, you're not. You're one of my superstars.
Disagree.
You gotta get
I'll be humble.
You got to get real close to that mic, though. Sorry.
Do I really? Oh my
Please.
Yes.
Yep. What's your name?
My name is Monica Gold.
Monica G. Thank you for coming on the show. How'd you hear about We'll Work for Recovery, Monica?
And I
Close
came
to the
here
mic.
Maybe like 2 years ago for the first time.
2 years ago? Okay. What was your
Treatment
thoughts?
Center.
What was your thoughts when you walked in here?
I really liked it. I was like, this is a cool vibe, you know? I'm very into like the mood lighting and all the different stuff they have. So, and the
Hey.
people are so fucking nice. So that helps.
Look at you can wipe the smile off this man's face. Look at him. He got his movie star over here.
Yeah, I'm recording you.
He's my camera guy.
That's my twin.
Yeah, I can
Kind-
see it.
it's kind of,
I can
yeah,
see
yeah.
it. You're a little taller, but what do you do when you're struggling?
Man, I go to a meeting. That's what I do. But I like to do art and write, and I'm trying to like really get into creative outlets because that helps. But God too.
So you have a higher power in your recovery today?
Oh, definitely. And I didn't believe in God for like my whole life, right? I was abused in a church as a kid.
Mm-hmm.
And so it wasn't until like, the past year that I hit my rock bottom and God came into my life, and it's been amazing.
It's unfortunate when stuff like that happens. We have a bad experience at, let's just not use your example, but at, let's just say, religious facility, and that can taint your whole path moving forward. For some, you know what, we didn't got to use that. You could just say, like, I went to a meeting, an AA meeting, and someone stole something from me, and all of a sudden I hate all AA meetings.
Yeah.
That shit happens. It's not your own fault. Like, I've had to do a lot of work on me to figure that type of shit out, that I burnt a lot of future bridges because of shit that's happened to me in the past, but I have to live through that to learn it. It's just what it is. Like,
Exactly, I'm like that too. Like
Yeah.
I can't be told. I have to be the fuck up that goes
Yep,
does it. You know
yeah.
what I'm saying?
And it's not your fault. It's just the way in life goes. You have to learn through it. We grow through things. We don't have to go through them. We grow through them. Right, Luis?
Yes, sir.
Man, you don't even need them headphones on. He just want to be on some old. What's that dude's
I just
name?
got a therapist today though, so that's good.
Why?
Man, I got mad trauma, you know, like.
Get close on that mic. Close on that
Trauma,
mic. Yes.
Trauma, motherfucker.
So you got trauma, so you got a therapist.
Yeah.
Why? Did someone suggest it? Did you think that'd be that good idea? Pretend I'm asking because there's someone out there in your shoes and they're not sure if they should get a therapist. That's how I try to aim all my questions. There's probably someone out there who's in your shoes prior to you getting a therapist. What do you tell someone like that? Why did you? See you, babe. Love you. Thank you. What do you tell someone?
Oh, okay, bye.
What do you tell someone who's like, I think I might need a therapist? I don't know. Like, why should someone explore that option?
I mean, you do it for you, but also the people around you. Like, I'm dysfunctional as fuck, and I know I have hella defects and blind spots,
Mhm.
and I need help, like, fixing that stuff. And it's, like, kind of wrong to expect your friends and everybody to help you with that all the time. You know, it's good to have an outside perspective that's professional and has that professional relationship with you.
Right. No, I got you on that. So,
I agree.
what do you tell someone else who's struggling? We ask you what you do when you're struggling. When someone comes to you and says, "I'm really hurting. I don't know what to do. What should I do?" What do you suggest?
I mean, like, I like to write it out a lot
Mhm.
of times. That helps me. And, like, the more you do it, the easier it gets with any kind of, like, creative outlet. But that's, like, my main go-to for sure. And I feel like people who, even if you don't think you're an artist or could, like, do stuff like that, it's not really about other people seeing it. You do it for you and, like, to
An
get it
outlet.
out. Yes, exactly.
So, what you're saying, this is a great opportunity for me to bring it up again. Tomorrow morning, 10 a.m., we have a meeting, a Narcotics Anonymous meeting called Scars and Tattoos at a tattoo shop called Ikatami Tattoos. And you can do
Willard,
artwork.
That's my boy.
Yeah, we got it.
Unified Theory Collective, yes.
Yes. We started a Narcotics Anonymous meeting there about 2 months ago. And you can go down there and get some recovery and do artwork for free. Like,
Yeah.
that's part of our rent. Willard donates easels and canvases. You can come down there and do some art while you're getting Narcotics Anonymous, some recovery.
He's an amazing person. I've known him
Yes,
for
he
many
is.
years. He used to live with me for a while. Like,
He's a great man.
Great man for sure.
And they're doing big things down there. We got good meetings, and he does a lot of outreach. So come check that out.
Definitely.
I don't think I asked any of you this. We're going to go with you, Luis. What superpower would you have if you could have any superpower? What would it be?
I am a man of God, and I will ask what Solomon asked. Wisdom.
Wisdom? That would be your
Yes, sir.
superpower, to have
Yes, sir.
total wisdom.
Total wisdom to
See, I just wanna
understand, to
fly.
understand everything, to understand myself, to understand the problems that I have, the problems that another person have, to can put a solution, to find a way to be better, to
To
find
be
a way
better.
to
I love his accent. I love it.
be, to find a way to get
Always
closer to God.
Closer to God.
Yes, sir.
I love you, Louise.
I love you too, my man.
I do. I'm not knocking. I mean, I admire it. I admire it.
That part is so important.
Superpower. What would your superpower be?
Flying. For sure.
Flying. Being able to fly.
Yep.
Superpower.
Between flying or healing, I feel like, when you're able, like, there are of course people on this earth, like nurses, doctors, that have that sort of power, but like, I feel like for me to have that power that emanates from the inside to the outside, that improves a greater world, from how I feel, like that's what I want to give to the world, is like a part of my joy to this world.
Okay, Mandy. Superpower. What would it be? Good witch. Superpower. What's your super? Yeah, yours. What is it? Mind reading. Jimmy, what's your superpower? Any superpower you could want. It's yours. Come on, Jimmy. The whole world's waiting. It's not going to come true, but you can't let it go to the wayside. Hang on. Wait. Go ahead, Tad. Tad A. What is your superpower? Come on.
At this moment, if I could have any superpower, I would make people's heads explode when I blinked.
When you blink? Oh. Everyone, Joel, what's your superpower? What's your superpower? Any superpower you want. What is it? Any superpower.
It would be the ability to do drugs without penalty, but I can't have that because I'm an addict.
Nah, you all right to do drugs. Superpower. What's your superpower?
Invisible.
Invisibility. My man, what's your superpower? X-ray vision. Pervert. Sonny, we already got yours. Rob, what's your superpower? What's that? Invisibility. Jimmy, we're back to you. What? Hellfire? What the hell's it? Come on, open mic. Get up here. You got to explain that one. You got to explain it. Jimmy said hellfire. So now we got to explain what the hell is hellfire.
You ever hear of Scorpion? You know Scorpions, don't you?
The animal scorpions, or is there a movie Scorpions, or what?
Mortal Kombat.
Oh, Scorpion. Yeah. Get over here.
Oh, Mortal Kombat, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so his powers?
His powers.
He, like from the movie? That
He was betrayed, and then
Yes.
he went to avenge his family.
His family bloodline. Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be neat.
But I wouldn't want to have to stay in hell forever like that until he got called back. You would do it. Hellfire. I guess you just said hellfire.
I mean, it is what it is, right?
Who are you, young man?
I am Jimmy.
Did you have to think about that, bud? Did you have to? So, Jimmy, let me just ask you something that's really important to our listeners out there in the listening world. What does your gratitude look like today? Because you've got a few days. I think you got the most time out of anyone in this room. See you, brother. I think you're up there at around 11, 12 years?
No.
9 years?
9. It'll be 10 this August.
All right, so you're up there at 9+ years of continuous clean time. What does gratitude look like for a guy with that type of time?
I still don't know how to answer that question, but I mean, I know what I guess I could say when I hear that, I rattle through my brain about all the things that I have. But
no, wait, let's dissect that. You say what you have. A guy like me, not today, but early recovery, had been like, well, you got like a truck, a house, you got clothes.
No.
I know. Come on. This is what a guy like me thinks when you say that. What do you mean by that?
So being in and out of recovery, I'm a chronic relapser. I first started trying to get clean when I was 13, didn't get it until I was 22, 23.
Mhm.
But by the grace of God, I've been able to come in and out of the rooms, work the program, and stay consistent and, having solid recovery for almost 10 years. And that's not just by getting my stuff back. But by saying that, I say that to let people know I've been through the ringer. I know what it's like to get in and out of the program. It's not a horrible thing to go back in and try it. And with that being said, I've tried it for many, many things, for women, for my kid, for getting your stuff back. And that's not what I mean. The stuff I mean is like the wholehearted things, the things that breed or birth joy. Because that is the ultimate, natural drug that there is. And it's the only thing that keeps me coming back and keeps me alive, honestly. It's just the pure joy that I get from being around people in recovery, the same people as us, And I guess you don't even have to be, an addict, so to speak, to be in the rooms, but it's very far and few in between that we find people that are like that. But I know that everybody has their own demons, so to speak, and their own things their own defects of character in which they can maybe or maybe not improve on. And I found those in the rooms, and I've come to more realizations, I could say, or more aha moments than any other place that I've ever been in these rooms. I found the life falling into place mentality and book or script, you could call it, through these rooms. Some people find it in church, martial arts, whatever, but I found it in these rooms, and things fall to place when I try to do good and be a good little boy.
No, bro, this is why I wanted you on, and I think you worded it in a way like the things that birth happiness. Like, a guy in my shoes didn't understand it for years about the 9-step promises until someone wanted to really hear what I had to say. To me, that was one of the biggest promises that I never knew was coming. I didn't even know it. When they asked my opinion and they listened to what I had to say, and the feeling I got from that was like, holy shit. I don't know if it was respect. I don't know if it was just for the first time I had some self-worth. But this, to me, that was like a true promise. It wasn't that the motorcycles or the cars or the girl. No, it was that someone gave a shit about what I had to say. I know it might sound corny to some. I didn't get it for a few years, but the things you're talking about, I couldn't even put into words for a long time. But to be dependent on,
Absolutely.
To be able to depend on someone else, I couldn't give more of a shit about anyone beside myself to even care about someone else. So to me, those are the real promises, things like that. I could have a whole show about promises and how they have like manifested or came true or came through in life because of recovery.
Right.
And damn it, Jimmy, could have had you on sooner.
I think a big thing too for me was the first time I actually decided to take the shit serious and talk to another guy about the shit that I just, we just literally sit and have coffee and talk, is there was no reaction. That's a big thing because my entire life is devoted to reactions. And
Kind of break that down. Explain what you mean by that with the reaction side. I know.
Oh, I did this, and this, and they're like, okay, is that it?
Yeah.
I'm like, wait, what?
Yeah.
What? And I'm like,
yeah.
That's what's
you're
up.
yeah.
There's just this level of, I'm all right.
Yeah.
This level of weight lifted. This level of I can't describe, and that is when I really sunk into the program.
That's when the rubber
And
meets the road
They
type of
talk
deal.
about stay until the miracle happens, and that first moment I had with that sponsor, Camo, shout out. I don't think he even has any idea how to run a computer, but he's an old guy in the Chaska community. But he's the first person that I had the opportunity to make a thorough fifth step and seriously let out. And I had my own experiences, you could say, when I was nowhere near the higher power that I have now. But when I went and did my 6-7, I just took a walk, and it just there was a lot of anxiety and like, oh shit, I just told everybody everything that I ever done. And the same thing, it was like, I don't have to worry about anything. Like,
right,
I'm not alone. And it was more or less the not alone aspect,
Mm-hmm.
and that it's okay now. Not saying that I don't have to make a living amends. I don't have to, and I'm not talking about saying sorry for those that aren't sure. I'm talking about making it right. And I still have to make it right. I still have to clean my side of the street and continue to make that payment, so to speak. But in order for me to really like get to that point, and I also thank another sponsor I had, because he kind of challenged me to stick around for a year because I'd been in and out so much. He's like, stick around for a year, and I'm like, fuck that. And then I got pissed at it for some reason. I'm like, you stick around for a year. And he's like, I already have. And, I'm like, and by the grace of God, I did, because that allowed me to get to the next sponsor to work you know what I mean? I don't know what it was, but there was a line of things that fell into place, and things happened.
Yeah.
Not that my recovery's been all peaches and cream. I've been I've gotten weird with money. I've had weird with women. I got, you know what I mean?
Right.
But through coming back to the rooms and keeping the people in my life, I was able to, by the grace of God, still be here one more day. And that's, I can't take all the credit, or 95% of the credit. I got to give it to the people that I hear the same shit from, and I spew the same shit they say right back out to the next person,
Right,
because
yeah.
that's a part of my living lens. So.
Well, and I think that's this whole, like, you know what, say what it is, it's 12-step stuff. And this is our founders of our 12-step stuff. It was just one fucked up person talking to another fucked up person, figuring out, wow, this works. Us sitting down, not dropping jaws over what you're saying, but relating. We're not alone here. And I think that's the whole we thing of this. Damn, see, this is where I talk about we could get into some real gangster, that gangster shit. Luis, is there anything you'd like to add tonight before we end up wrapping this show up?
I would like to thank
Tell
you.
me about, no. Tell me about your higher power. What's that look like to you?
Like me?
Yeah, tell me what does higher power look like for you in your recovery today?
Well, I already say that before, bro, and I will keep it like that. He's the one that give me the strength to keep going. He's not the one that is gonna fix my problem, but he's gonna give me the strength to understand it and to work on it, or to accept it if there's nothing to do with the problem, if I'm having a problem. So that's how I also find my peace, by working on it. So my God is there for giving me the strength to keep walking forwards, to keep working hard, to understand that it's on me. He's there, but it's on me.
Right.
He's not gonna fight for me. I don't want him to fight for me. I just need a little bit of extra power sometimes.
Yep.
Because sometimes I feel weak and I'm about to fall down again. But then I breathe again, bro.
Yeah.
And then I probably work out a little bit or take a shower. Then I can talk to my God and ask him for wisdom.
Yeah.
To understand.
No, and I respect what you have to say, and that's why I wanted you to talk about it again. I love the view from every side of the street with this stuff. I don't want to shut myself off to it, and I don't want the audience to be shut off to it either, at least to hear how it works through other people. Someone came on and shared this about 3 years ago, said, I have a higher power today. I know it's not me, and I know it's my creator, but here's the thing. I have to put in my work. I have to do the work. I can pray for all my potatoes to grow. I can pray, please grow, But if I don't get out there and water them, if I don't get out there and till them up, if I don't get out there and get my fingers dirty, they're not going to fucking grow. God's not going to just make them grow. I have to do my side of the stuff. I have to put in my work. So pray, like there's work you have to do.
Yeah.
Everyone sees it differently. Everyone utilizes it differently. Jimmy said, like, I can't take but 90. I can't take but 5% of the credit. I almost said 95% of it. Do you have a higher power? So how does that work in your recovery today?
Oh, absolutely. Like, I believe in the like power of the universe. Like, like, I know that there's something greater out there than me. Of course, like, I believe in it. It can take in many forms, but like, for me, I do a lot of Buddhism. I do a lot of meditating. The belief in the power that like I want everybody to be well, happy, skillful, and peaceful. I wish that for myself as well. And then I feel like that ties in with my feelings of, surrendering to that feeling and just letting go of the fact that, like there is something greater than me out there. There's, it's been out there. I'm about to do my 5th step also on Sunday. So, I wanted to add to that too and just be like, there's power in like healing and that I believe that ties in with my higher power as well and how I'm working it.
So before we wrap up, I'd like to talk about gratitude. I know you guys both shared about it earlier. Is there anything you'd like to add about what you're grateful for today?
No, sir.
You're good?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm grateful to be here, as I said before. So
that's good. We can repeat gratitude. Young lady, talk to me about your gratitude.
Pronouns he, him, but yes, thank you.
I'm sorry about that.
It's all good. Yes, for me, like, especially lately, my sponsor, I feel like I can really trust him and connect in that deeper way and just be, honest about, who I am in that. So.
Young friend.
Thank you. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, it's a go.
Sorry about that.
Yeah.
Gimme.
What? Sorry, I fell asleep.
You bastard. Watch me do this. Watch. Tell me about your gratitude, Jimmy.
Did you mute me?
No, I was gonna. Yeah.
Bitch.
No,
I guess I'm muted right now. Still, aren't I?
No, you're not.
No. I was gonna say
That'd be kind of bad radio.
Yeah, I
Like
mean, it'd be funny though.
It'd be an inside joke for us. Like, did you guys hear Jimmy?
Every time I come on, and it's just
mute the shit out of you.
Yeah, no. I mean, I think today I'm grateful that I went and picked up my kid, and I'm a little grateful that it didn't get to snow, even though I spent a lot of money in preparing for winter, and I had a moment of realization earlier in the day to be like, dude, just it's not. I had the whole reminder of it, just whatever's not gonna happen, it's not gonna happen. So it was a little moment of, I guess, a little slice of humble pie, you could so to speak.
I'm gonna steal some of Jimmy's thunder real quick and explain something. Jimmy's waiting for it to snow so he can go out and plow and make hand over fist money. And I tried to explain to him earlier today, like, listen, sure, we've had less than a 10-inch season. We're in Minnesota, bro. We could end up with a 160-inch season. You're gonna be like, dude, dying with not enough workers, too much work ahead of you. You never know. We're in Minnesota. It's the way shit goes.
There's that.
And we get to be grateful we're in a position that we're in.
Yeah.
I love you guys. I'm grateful for you guys coming on. Thank you for everybody who checked in. We have a lot of people. We have a lot of events coming up. I've tried to post as many as I could. Come on down tomorrow, 10 a.m. at Ikatami Tattoos over in Minneapolis for Narcotics Anonymous Scars and Tattoo meeting. Get all your tattoos over there as well. Check out American Pie Pizza. They're the one who brought in 4 pies that were gone in about 4 minutes. Come on down and check the show out in person. If you're out there struggling tonight, man, like, you're worth the fight. You're worth getting some of this recovery. You've heard person after person tonight talk about what their life looks like, and the majority of everyone talked about the good. Bad does show up, but we know how to get through it because of recovery. We're grateful for everyone who checks in. We're grateful for everyone who comes down to Will Work. This place is open 7 days a week. We network. We talked about 2218. We talked about Fridley Alano. We talked about Midway. We talked about Serenity Village. We talked about Eaglebrook. We talked about a lot of places tonight. We're not isolating with recovery. We don't seclude in recovery. Wherever you can find your happiness, your recovery, go get it. We talked about Buddhism. We talked about transcendental meditation. Alcoholics Anonymous, Narcotics Anonymous, CMA, all that stuff. Go get it. I challenge you just to live a different way. We love you guys. If no one told you today, let me be that one to say, like, I love you. You're worth the fight. So fight for yourself. Come on down, check us out. Till next week. Adios.